1, fight!
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Tournament Fights. I am your host, Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson. And of course, we were talking about these two guys behind me, the Toms. You know, I'm going to be hanging out with these two guys, or at least they're going to be looking over my shoulder tonight. But yeah, this is the number 14 when it comes to Tournament Fights versus battles that we've done. So yeah, we took 32 basically of each of their movies, and yeah, they're all going to be in the tournament. We're going to talk about them. I was able to watch 2.5 movies of theirs that I have not seen, so we'll talk about those when we get there. I wish I could have finished one. I'll probably finish it in the next couple of days. But yeah, so let's go ahead and bring in our crew for tonight. We'll start with my co-host, Austin Pez Howell.
Yeah.
What's up, Austin?
Yeah, I've got all the big, greatest hits, the recognizable stuff, the good performances and everything, but
Right.
I made it as even as possible, 32 and 32. So there will be a few omissions here and there, but I don't think anything super major. So, yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah, sounds good. Also, just a little side note, if you see me kind of leaning more this way, I have a big ring light to try and light my background so I don't phase in and out so much. I do a little bit, but I can see through the middle of the ring light, and then it still blocks some of my screen, so I got to kind of go like that a little bit. So it makes me see me leaning a lot tonight. But yeah, we also have joining us tonight. We have Ethan Hunt came right to the screen to join us. We have Malcolm Lay. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm Ethan Hunt. If he let himself go and get bigger.
He's in witness protection right now in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's, he finally got into too much trouble with the government, had to run away.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good. We also have joining us, we have JPO, aka Jordan Owens, or the other way around, however you want to, whatever order you want to put it in. What's up?
That both works for me, man. No, happy to be here. I love some Tom Cruise. I love me some Tom Hanks. So interesting to see how this folds out.
Yeah. Two of the best Toms around, and they're not the only Toms in Hollywood, but they're two of the best. So yeah. But we also have Richie Goodacre.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see who wins, Tom Holland or Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, right.
Or do they both win with like Infinity War? So and it's a tie.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're clearly forgetting me at Tom Sizemore. God.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was rooting for Tom Selleck myself. His Hollywood output is limited, but it's very good.
I'm actually a fan of Tom Berenger.
Yeah. You go with the Thomason. Mackenzie, how about that?
Richie's a big substitute fan, little Tom Berenger.
Right.
Good series movie.
I somehow inadvertently saw that Tom Berenger, he had a sex tape back in the day. I didn't mean to see it, but my eyes can't forget that.
That's Tom Sizemore.
Oh yeah, Tom Sizemore. That's another one. Yeah, Tom Sizemore. That's the one.
Name.
One of those Toms. Yeah. But anyways, we'll get into this. So Austin, you want to break it down and let everyone know that might be tuning in?
Yeah. So like we said, it's the Battle of the Toms. Got 32 of each gentleman's filmography in here. No crossovers as far as I can tell. Sometimes we have at least one crossover with our subjects, but not this time. They have never crossed paths, at least on the silver screen. Each matchup will be presented. It won't always be Hanks versus Cruise. There are a few Hanks versus Hanks, Cruise versus Cruise. But the wheel was actually very kind, legitimately, to like a lot of them are Hanks versus Cruise. So it just kind of worked out that way when I was spinning it. But you'll see on the other side, especially, will be some Hanks versus Hanks, Cruise versus Cruise. But we'll go up and down. You guys are all veterans. You know what's up. Got to vote no matter what, either or. Let's keep it to 20 or 30 seconds. Keep that good pace. like we always like to do. And then we'll see who prevails, Cruise or Hanks in the end. So
Yep, and I don't have very many blind spots, but you never know how they could a matchup could work. If you haven't seen in both of them, you still have to vote no matter what. So just come up with whatever reason you want that sounds good to you. It doesn't really matter, and just pick one. so yeah, and Jacob Barber's tuning in. He says all the lonely marks were invited except for him. Well, to be fair, Jacob, you'll be on our next 2 episodes. So
yeah, to be fair, you'll be in the co-hosting chair next time, so you get privilege.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So. But yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll bring up the bracket. Give me 1 second here. We'll just go with a little quickie intro today.
Moto surf! Moto surf! Moto surf!
All right, no Tomoke movies as far as I can remember. I don't think.
Eventually, I'll get some new intro. I just haven't had time to edit any yet. Yeah.
First one will be kind of a legal battle, which is the way it came up. Philadelphia and the Firm. So, I guess we'll start with Richie down on the bottom for now until Steve gets here. Richie, go ahead.
Actually, speaking of that.
Oh, speaking of, is he going to go first? Oh,
he is here. Just
started writing my orders, Jordan. You see, you screwed it all. Now I got to scratch these out. I got to write it all over again.
Sorry.
You see. Terrible. No, what can you do? But
we should have just as you spoke too soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, Steven, we have a legal thriller to start out with. This is the first one. You didn't miss anything. Philadelphia and the Firm. What do you got?
Well, Philadelphia is the better movie, but I've seen the Firm more, so I'll go with the Firm.
All right.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say here?
Also, you muted.
My microphone. I feel like when you're playing PlayStation with a kid and someone comes in the room, press start, and then there's like, player selected. I'm like, no, I was doing anyway. The Firm is decent. I like it, but I think Philadelphia is a more hard hitting movie. It's a more memorable movie, so I'll go Philadelphia on this one.
Okay. Yeah, JPO, what do you say?
Well, Philadelphia is the better movie. I'm also going to give my vote to Philadelphia.
All right. Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Yeah. Malcolm, what are you going to go for?
I also find it funny the person from the state where Philadelphia is from didn't go for Philadelphia.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, I think The Firm is a very underrated Tom Cruise movie. It's pretty good, but Philadelphia is the better movie, so I'm going to go Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan froze with his stupid green screen. That's all right. Philadelphia is good. Yeah, again, Oscar winner for Tom Hanks. But I just got done watching The Firm. I remember I had seen like the first act of it, and I didn't pick it up later. But yeah, I thought it was really good. It's about 30 minutes too long. There's a banger 2-hour movie in there if they would trim it a little bit. But it's still really good, and I enjoyed it. Not enough Gary Busey, but I'll go The Firm. So
I'm back now. I froze for a quick second, but if it happens more, I may have to X-name my background. But I haven't had problems up until now, so hopefully it wasn't related to that. We'll see. But yeah, so I watched Philadelphia for the first time. I hadn't seen it before today, and it's good. I didn't love it as much as I thought that I was going to, though. I kind of maybe had too high of expectation because I'm not a huge legal movie guy, but I mean some of them are good. It depends how it's done, but I haven't seen The Firm yet. The Firm was also on my list. I didn't quite get to it yet, so I'll go for Philadelphia for now. So yeah.
All right, Philadelphia, and we'll go to Jack Reacher and Elvis.
I think I mentioned this before. Tom Hanks is on this kick of look, I'm sick of I know I've got this reputation of being this lovely, kind of warm guy. I'm going to play characters who are assholes, at least initially. And so this year with this and another one that's going to come out later probably. I assume so. But yeah, and Jack Reacher, like we've talked about it, the TV show with Alan Richardson, the dude that's in Fast 10, he's probably a better Jack Reacher because he's a lot more jacked and probably more aligned with the character that Lee Child set up in the book. It's one of the few books I've read, yeah. But the better movie is Elvis. So yeah, Tom Hanks, you're 2-0 in my book so far. So I'll go Elvis.
Yeah. JPO, what you got here?
I'm gonna go the opposite of that. There's some things I like about Elvis, but Baz Luhrmann always does things I don't like. And actually, I think Jack Reacher is the better filmer out of the two. Is what they're going for here. Might not fit the character, but I don't read. I just watch movies. And what they did in the movie was pretty good here. The sequel's bad, but the first one's really good. So Jack Reacher.
I don't read either,
Yeah.
but you know, sometimes when the mood strikes me, I read.
Yeah.
Got to read a menu.
Yeah.
Malcolm, what are you gonna go for here?
Yeah, I do quite like Jack Reacher. I think it's a really good movie. But I'm going to go Elvis. Like, I just thought it was a really good movie. And I think despite the prosthetics and stuff that they used, I think Tom Hanks's portrayal of Colonel Tom was actually really good. So Elvis.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, no, Jack Reacher's not a bad movie, but like Richie said, Tom Cruise is horribly miscast in it for what the Jack Reacher character is. And yeah, that always bugs me about the movie. But Elvis was in my top 12 last year, so I'll go Elvis. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, like Jack Reacher is interesting because I also read some of the Lee Child books also because usually my reading goes like it's either like a very rare like books that I really seek out, or I just read whatever my parents read and they have lying around their house. I just borrow it from them or they give it to me and I read what they've read. So they read all those books and had them there. So and I mean, the books are great, but the Jack Reacher movies to me aren't good. I don't really think they're good. Like Tom Cruise gives a good performance, but it's just the movie overall. It's just not good. I don't think. But Elvis is great. That's a movie that I actually loved. I thought Elvis was amazing. And yeah, I thought that Tom Hanks maybe gave a good performance. I wasn't even like thrilled with his performance per se. It's kind of like the opposite of like a Jack Reacher, like maybe a great movie, okay performance, but I'll still give it to Elvis. So I'm Steven.
I started reading one of the Jack Reacher novels, but I accidentally left it in Houston.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Cruise is definitely not what is described in the book. But I don't care. I think Tom Cruise is still awesome in that movie. I think Jack Reacher is super underrated. And I haven't seen Elvis. So I'm going with Jack Reacher.
Okay. All right. 42 for Elvis.
But yeah, like I almost more preferred the Jack Reacher TV series, how he's portrayed in that. That actually works better. The TV series is good, but yeah, go ahead.
I was just, I don't know. I like both a lot, so I don't know which one I like more.
Yeah, but I will say Alan Richardson felt very out of place in Fast X when he showed up. I'm like, whoa,
I liked him in that.
There's that guy.
I didn't like.
Do we need another musclehead in that movie when there's like 12 already?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh my god, there's enough already.
No.
Tropic Thunder and Castaway. So Malcolm, is he there?
It's JPO, I think.
Oh,
I think it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, JPO.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing Malcolm is back or not. But okay.
Damn. Okay, this is for me easily the hardest round. I should have lied and said it is Malcolm's turn so I could hear him talk first. I got love for both of these, man. You know, Tom Hanks, he's one of those few actors that can actually do a movie like this and keep you enthralled for, 2 hours where it's just him and a goddamn volleyball. And also, too, I found out retroactively, my catchphrase at the end of I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know Evidently, I think I inherently stole that from Castaway because they say that in this movie, him and Helen Hunt. So I not realize that until like a month ago. I'm like, oh shit, I've been saying that for the last 6 months.
Nice.
But damn, Tropic Thunder is so good, man. RDJ getting the rare Oscar nomination for a comedic actor here. The entire cast over on Malcolm's channel, we just talked about the best ensembles. We all voted this as one of the best ensembles.
Yeah.
Damn, it pains me, but I'm gonna say Tropic Thunder.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry, Castaway. I love you more than you'll ever know.
Well, if Malcolm's around, I don't know if he is, but
No.
if not,
All right, vote for Castaway.
He is.
Oh, yeah, there he is. All right, cool. We can go with here, Tropic Thunder or Castaway.
Castaway, easy. I've said enough about Tropic Thunder on
Oh my
other shows.
Yeah, sure. Austin.
Well, you know what I can never get enough of, Malcolm? Les Grossman. And I want a Les Grossman movie. God damn it! So I hope Tom gets around to doing that because I know he wants to. So you know what, Tropic Thunder? Because
I feel like that iron would have been dropped already, but I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, well, so I love the Les Grossman character. I think that's an awesome and hilarious character. Thing is, I just don't feel like we have gotten enough yet. So if we ever get a Les Grossman movie, I really want that, and then we can throw that in a tournament like this, and maybe that will go a little further. But for me, he's just not in it enough. There's Castaway. He basically almost carries the whole movie by himself. There's a few other people here and there, but not much. And so, yeah, and it's an amazing performance of just him like showing what he can do on an island. I have made fire. That's always one of my favorite scenes when he finally makes the fire. But yeah, I'll go Castaway. Steven.
Yeah, I actually share Malcolm's opinion on Tropic Thunder, although I don't hate it as much as he
You're
does.
both wrong.
Yeah.
And Castaway was in my top 128. I love Castaway, so I'll go with Castaway.
Yeah, that's fair. Richie, you said?
Well, you can, I mean, it's all, with all love, but you can do that. You can take a step back and literally fuck your own face. Anyway, I don't mean that at all. Sorry. Anyway, Castaway is really good. It just happens to come up with Tropic Thunder, which I really like. And again, I bring this up all the time. You can make this movie today because it's a dude who thinks he's above everything, Robert Downey Jr., who thinks he's above everything and thinks he can get away with doing blackface, and it's like they make fun of him for it. So yes, you can make it today. It's not like it's not like the dude doing blackface. Yes, good. It's about potential for this factors. So yeah, and Tropic Thunder is great. And yes, Lynn Grossman is amazing. So Liz Grossman's amazing. So yes, Tropic Thunder.
Well, we have a tie, but it's going to go to Steven for the tiebreaker. I have a feeling I know.
You know what? I can fuck your own face. I didn't mean
that. Well, I'm assuming he's going to go with Castaway, correct?
Remember his words. What do you?
I'll say I did rewatch a clip from Tropic Thunder. That was kind of funny, but
yeah, that's funny. It's enough. That's funny. See, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
It's even if it's better than I remember it being, it's nowhere near as great as Castaway.
All right. Well, Hanks is on a roll here, 3-0 so far. So he's running away with the competition. We'll see. Sleepless in Seattle and Collateral.
Hey, that rhymes. Seattle Collateral.
Seattle Collateral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually pretty tough for me because I like both of these movies. But yeah, like Collateral, like he's a fun like villain turn role for Cruise. But Tom Hanks is really great in Sleepless in Seattle, so I think it's just like let me go Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle is a good romance movie. It's very watchable, and they're both very likable. But Tom Cruise, in Collateral, it's one of his most unique roles, and it's a role that I think they've been talking. I know Christopher McQuarrie was talking about him and Tom Cruise. Their next movie might be like something R-rated and kind of dark, like Collateral, for like their next thing, which I think would be cool. So for Cruise to go back to something like that. But yeah, it's a great movie, and I love the Frank Martin cameo that he might be in the same universe as the transporter. I think that's awesome. So yeah, I'll go with
Yeah,
Collateral.
yeah, that is true. Yeah. Brian of course, he's in the chat, and he says he loves the MTV skit in Tropic Thunder where they torture Jack Black. Yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah. So Sleepless in Seattle is a movie that I watched half of. I've only seen half of this movie. I haven't seen it all. So, and you think I would have seen it more because I've lived in Seattle for years, but and for some reason, like, I don't know how Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan didn't end up together in real life because they have such good romantic chemistry. It's just like insane. Like I think that like they're one of my like favorite on-screen couples whenever they're together. But I mean, I haven't seen it all, and Collateral's great. Like I think Tom Cruise gives a great performance alongside Jamie Foxx, and he it's fun seeing it as a villain. It's actually really good as a villain and kind of scary at times. So I'll go with Collateral. I think. Steven, what do you say?
This is easy for me. Sleepless in Seattle is decent, but to be honest, out of the three movies that Hanks and Ryan have done together, it's probably my least favorite. So I'll definitely go with Collateral.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle is a really good rom-com, but I think Collateral is one of Tom Cruise's. Sorry, I don't want to get them confused.
All right.
JPO, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got them confused. JPO, come back.
Yeah, right. He's like, nope, peace out.
Main too.
His cat probably jumped on his computer again, like it did last time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Collateral. I rewatched it again a few months ago. It's great. Actually, got it here. Got it here. Really good.
Nice.
Everything about it's great. I think Tom Hanks Tom Cruise. Fuck me, I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna do that a few times.
It's easy to do. Yeah. It's all right.
Tom Cruise is a great villain. Jamie Foxx is great, and the soundtrack is really good too. You got some Audio Slave in there, and and like the scene at the club is pretty cool, like the shooting club. Yeah, it's well shot. It's a great Michael Mann film. Was that your cat, JPO?
No, that's just me. Rooms and hidden buns.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
my baby. I should have blamed my cat though. You're right. I should have been like, yeah, goddamn kitty.
Well, you're just in time to vote for one of these movies, JPO.
This is another decent round here. I think Sleepless Seattle is a very sweet movie, but it's not my favorite Hanks and Ryan movie. And yeah, I think almost based on just seeing it's a really different kind of Tom Cruise that we've seen. And it's one I actually did a rewatch of not too long ago, just for the hell of it. I'm gonna go with Collateral.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and for as much as I love seeing Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan as a couple, his actual real wife, Rita Wilson's actually in this movie. I don't know if it's where they met, but they're in it together. So.
No, they married in like '88. They've been around for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Colin's older than that. So yeah, it's gotta be.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's another one. There's You Got Mail.
There you go.
Hey. But Hanks versus Hanks in this one because we got the Terminal. You've Got Mail again. It's good stuff overall for like 90s romance, but it's not the kind of movie I gravitate towards. I rewatched The Terminal like not that long ago when we did our Spielberg tier ranker way back when, Jordan, and because that was one I wanted to revisit. I liked it way more than I did the first time. I really like that movie, and I think he's playing a good character here. So I don't know, it worked really good for a rewatch. I'm gonna go with The Terminal.
Yeah. For me, like I'm just like so on The Terminal. Like I think that it's fine. I mean, I don't really like. I don't know, it's like a 5 out of 10 for me, so it's fine. But You Got Mail is a lot of fun. Like I actually really like this movie. I like the story of them kind of like just like sending emails back and forth. I don't know why, but like emails kind of feel outdated to me, even though like we still use emails all the time. I think
they weren't outdated when this movie came out. That was a problem.
Yeah, right. And also they're using America online. You've Got Mail. We don't really use that one anymore, but You Got Mail also has a solid supporting cast with like Greg Kinnear, Steve Zahn, Dave Chappelle shows up, Parker Posey. So yeah, it's a pretty solid little movie. So I'll vote for You've Got Mail. Steven, what do you say?
I like You've Got Mail a lot. It's actually my favorite of the 3 movies that Hanks and Ryan did. But I really love The Terminal. I think it's super underrated. I think even though I'm trying to remember all the I think Hanks and Spielberg have done like 5 movies together. I can't remember. This isn't like up there with some of their best, but I still think it's a really good movie. I'll go definitely with The Terminal.
Okay. Yeah. Richie, what do you say here?
Yeah, if you want to facilitate a relationship with only email as correspondence, you are not going to hear from me. I am really shocking at replying to emails. I've got my inbox is it's embarrassing, but anyway, You Got Mail. It's a sweet movie.
How else are you gonna get bookings, Richie? You should probably check your email.
I got a separate thing for that, and I use Facebook.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But yeah, You Got Mail is a sweet movie. I like it a lot. But yeah, I'm on board with this Terminal Love. I think it's underrated. I think it got kind of unfairly. I think when it came out, I think it got unfairly tarred. I think people just weren't ready for a kind of smaller movie. I think it's good. I think people have grown to appreciate it more over the years as well. I think it's fun. I like Tom Hanks' character. So Terminal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. JPO, what do you got here?
And now here comes Jory the Grouch. Now, I think The Terminal is a very sweet movie here, very well intentioned, and Hanks is great in it. But I am a sucker for You've Got Mail. This is right up my alley. I love this rom-com. I'm absolutely adored by the little twists and turns that, he kind of hides from her, and then how she wishes it was him the whole time. Oh, come on, y'all, open your hearts. You've Got Mail.
Yeah. Do we have a tie or where are we at?
Malcolm hasn't voted.
Malcolm hasn't
Oh
voted.
yeah. Oh, he hasn't voted yet. Okay, Malcolm. Then what do you say? We might have it.
Yeah, I mean, this is slightly tough because I'm not really that high on You've Got Mail. I do think it's a good movie though. But both these movies are probably close together in my Hanks list. I'm probably going to go with You've Got Mail, honestly.
Okay. So it is a tie. It goes to Richie.
Yep.
The Terminal.
Keep it or
sorry, Jake.
Okay.
Fuck your fucking mouth or whatever you
I
said.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2 and Risky Business. Jordan.
So, I mean, I love all the Toy Story movies. There hasn't been a bad one. They're all good, but for my money, I mean, actually, because they're all going to be here. I was almost going to say something, but actually, I'm not, because I was going to say it was my least favorite of the franchise, but I forgot about 4. That's the thing. So actually, yeah, like Risky Business is good. Like I really like all the wild kind of things that they do. They're like having that like a little brothel at his house while his parents are out of town, and things get like crazy as far as like destroying the house and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go with Toy Story 2 though. Like it's still better. So Toy Story 2. Steven?
So I saw Risky Business like probably when I was older than a kid, but not. So I don't really have that much memory of the movie other than Rebecca De Mornay being pretty hot in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with Toy Story 2.
And also Tom Cruise sliding in his tidy whities, right? Like everyone like knows that seems iconic, but Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I just think Risky Business is a fun movie, and Rebecca De Mornay's hot, and yeah, it is a fun movie. Like early Tom Tom Cruise, and it is a fun movie. But yeah, I think Toy Story 2 is sort of, I mean, out of the plethora, out of the four, it's sort of underrated in a way. I do like it a lot, and I like the characters that introduce. You know, you get introduced to Bullseye, Jesse. It's not afraid to go quite dark, and like Kelsey Grammer's character prospect to Pete. It's still very, very charming in a way, and I really like it. Kind of makes me talking about it now. Kind of makes me want to rewatch it, so might do that sometime. So yeah, I will also go Toy Story 2.
Yeah. JPO, what do you got here?
Yeah, even though actually Toy Story 2 is my least favorite, I just think the other three are more watchable for me. I'm still voting for Toy Story 2 here. This shows you the strength of that franchise. Yeah, Risky Business has its fun moments, but I'm just way more drawn to Toy Story 2. So,
yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what are you gonna vote for?
Yeah, Toy Story 2 is probably my.
There's your vote.
That was a well-timed buck.
The dark, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Toy Story 2 is probably my least favorite of the franchise, but that's not saying much because the franchise is really strong. My doggy wants me to go Risky Business. I'm going to go Risky Business.
Sure, yeah.
That was two backs. I said Toy Story 2. That was Toy Story. He's a fan of Slinky.
Yeah,
that was Buster in Toy Story 2, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Buster. But Austin, what do you?
Risky Business. It was an interesting watch that I watched not too long ago for the first time, but it's one of these 80s comedies where like every one of these 80s comedies has wacky second halves that like have nothing to do with the first half. Like 3 Men and a Baby and Twins and this, like they all get into like weird like drug plots or like mafia plot, like all this weird shit, like these weird tangents in the second half. I don't understand. Like you could have a very simple movie, but they really wacky in the end. But yeah, I'm gonna go Toy Story 2. At one point was my favorite, so I'll go with that one.
Well, I mean, Toy Story 2 has that wacky second half where they'll start doing coke in the second half. Remember that part? I mean, they just get wacky, right?
Fucking each other. It's just weird.
Yeah, right. It's just weird.
Yeah. All right, we got Cloud Atlas and MI3.
This will be easier. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
This is actually really tough for me.
Same here. It's tough for me.
I like Cloud Atlas a lot. But Mission Impossible 3 is my favorite of the Mission Impossible movies. I've stated it a lot of times why. It was J.J. Abrams' first movie as a director. Cruise hired J.J. after watching the pilot for Alias, and it definitely has very much that feel of an Alias episode. I'll go with. Even though I do love Cloud Atlas, I think it's a really interesting, ambitious, really good movie. I'm a huge Wachowski's fan, but I'll still go with MI3.
Yeah, sounds good. GPO.
Richie.
You got
Richie.
Oh yeah,
Richie.
sorry. Richie. For some reason I looked at. I don't know. Anyways, Richie, just go.
The Wachowski siblings have such a weird filmography. Like, there is definitely talent there, like a lot of talent. But man, are their filmography hit or miss? And I do not get Cloud Atlas. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand it. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but I just find it really too wacky. Mission Impossible 3 is great. It's actually one of my favorite Mission Impossible movies. That says stuff because most of the Mission Impossible movies are great. Probably, and I just love it. I love. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman's one of the better villains that we've gotten. I think yes. Well, yeah, like Steven said, it is like an Alias episode, but yeah, it's really, really good. This is pretty easy. Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. Well, now JPO.
I don't agree that it's that easy. I think there really is some interesting things at play in Cloud Atlas, and I do enjoy like everyone's kind of playing multiple parts. I can see why Hanks and Halle Berry, and even Hugh Grant who's unrecognizable in some of his roles in this particular movie, like signed on, but like it is kind of wacky and like you really got to like then watch a YouTube video explaining it kind of movie. So Mission Impossible 3. This is where I think the franchise started to kind of get to that next level here. Steven's crazy that it's his favorite, but it's still a really good movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you got?
Muted, you silly sausage. You just muted yourself again. You unmuted and muted yourself.
But yeah, like I actually haven't seen Cloud Atlas. It's been one that I've been meant to get to at some stage. But Mission Impossible 3 was the one that kind of redeemed the Mission Impossible franchise after 2. So I'm gonna go Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'm in the consensus here. Cloud Atlas is a weird movie. I do go back to it every now and then just to try to see if I can pull something else out of it, but I'm not really there yet. But MI3 might be my third favorite Mission Impossible movie. I think it was great, and I go back to that one a whole lot actually. So I'm gonna go MI3.
Yeah, so Cloud Atlas is a weird one for me. I actually really like this movie a lot, even though I don't fully understand it because they're like going back from like present day to the future to like ancient times, to like all these different time periods, and like trying to piece it all together. But I feel like I get something new every time that I watch it. And
hey Jordan, you know what other movie does that? Oppenheimer. Just saying. Anyways.
Yeah, but it doesn't do too many times. Like not the way they're doing it here. Yeah, right. But yeah, I like also like Jim Sturgis. He's in it playing an interesting character. Jim Broadbent, like all the Jims, and I think that the movie is good. I'm not as high on Mission Impossible 3. I think it's good, but I just don't like put it as high. I have like 4 other ones higher, so I'll go with Cloud Atlas. Actually, I'll show it some love.
All right, my 3.
So,
and we got League of Their Own and the Da Vinci Code, which I will say I just included the original one. I didn't include all of the other sequels as well. Yeah. So I just
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
So I figured this one can kind of represent that, you know. So you know, there you go. You know that and his hair. So you know this will represent all that. So Richie, what do you got?
Yeah. That being said, though, this is still pretty easy. Da Vinci Code. It's the best of the Robert Langdon trilogy. Although Da Vinci Code is still pretty damn boring. I remember it had a lot of hype coming out of it. It had a lot of hype because the books, but you know, it's very well regarded. It's still a slog to get through. I don't know. I just feel like. I feel like Tom Hanks and Audrey Tautou, so they're bored in this movie. It's just not my movie. And then League of Their Own is like, you know, one of the better like sports movies of all time, and I really enjoy it, and I go back to it sometimes. So I'll go League of Their Own pretty easily here.
Yeah, JPO, what do you say?
Kind of similar to my Toy Story logic. I actually think I like the sequel better, but I still wouldn't vote for the sequel to the Da Vinci Code either. No, I'm gonna go definitely League of Their Own here. Hanks is great, you know, a bit of a supporting role, but it's a great ensemble cast in general, and it's a really good movie here. Something I might have actually seen for the first time from beginning to end recently, but I've always seen bits and pieces growing up. But yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah, Malcolm, what do you got here?
Yeah, both the sequels to the Da Vinci Code are actually guilty pleasures for me, and I actually really enjoy the whole trilogy. But it's one of those ones like I'm a really big fan of the books, and to me, like the movies, like while they did change small things about the books, I think they were still a good representation of the books, personally. But that being said, I do still like League of Their Own a lot more. So League of Their Own.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to the Da Vinci Code since the theaters, and there's probably a reason for that because I wasn't terribly enthralled with it when I saw it in theaters. But yeah, League of Their Own, I'm kind of similar to JPO. I'd always seen like pieces of it or something, and then I actually sat down and watched it when we did our tier ranker of the baseball movies. So I was like, I got to sit down and actually like watch it start to finish. I don't think I've ever done that. And yeah, it's delightful. That movie's great, and it's a ton of fun, and but with some good kind of serious moments kind of sprinkled through in there. Great ensemble. So yeah, League of Their Own for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I read some of the Da Vinci Code books. I actually did it in reverse order. My dad suggested that I read The Lost Symbol first and then read the Da Vinci Code because it kind of can like oddly work that way. And yeah, it's kind of a unique experience, but the movies aren't really that great. They're boring. Yeah. But League of Their Own's great. I watched it for the first time for our baseball episode as well, and I remember that like I'm in another retail store, so I went into a Big Lots to do this job where they were having me retail all these things. And I remember then when I got there, I started it, and like literally almost the minute that it was over, my job was done, and I left. So I watched the whole movie while I was working there. Just set my phone on the shelf with my earbuds in and went to work. So that was a cool way to pass the time, and the movie's really, really good. Like there was even like a little part. I'm like, am I gonna get like choked up and like cry like in the middle of the store here? Maybe, I don't know, but yeah. So it's good. So I'll go with the League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Steven.
The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons could cure insomnia.
Yeah.
But I will say I did kind of like Inferno. It's goofy and dumb, but it's kind of fun. But even with Inferno, it would still be an absolute easy vote for League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Is there enough to do like a tournament fight of like best movies from like actors / musicians? You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
We probably could. Oh yeah. I think
because you got
sure.
Madonna in this.
Yeah, I'm not putting any Cisco movies in there, JPO. Sorry.
Whoa. Get Over It is a lot of fun.
Get Over It's a good movie.
Yes, thank you.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Pieces of April I have not seen, but I've heard some okay things.
Yeah.
All right. Eyes Wide Shut and Toy Story 4. JPO.
Right.
I've
completely very similar movies, by the way, in their content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very
something
Very
I
similar.
both
I
of
mean,
them
shockingly
are-
similar.
I showed my niece both of these the other day to double feature.
That orgy scene in Toy Story 4 is just crazy.
It's just it might be even wackier than that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right, but
But,
JPO,
yeah, JPO.
I've actually never seen Eyes Wide Shut, so yeah, I gotta go Toy Story 4, which I think is the best unnecessary sequel ever.
Yeah. Yep. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, well, like I have a lot of fun with Toy Story 4. Yes, like I thought it wasn't necessary to make, but I think the I stand by what I've said many times. That I think the ending of 4 actually works better than 3 personally, because for Woody's story. But I actually rewatched Eyes Wide Shut recently when we did the Tom Cruise episode of Rank Him, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, Toy Story 4 is okay. Like, unnecessary as that dog barking right into the microphone. And then but Eyes Wide Shut, you guys know I'm a Kubrick guy, and I like a lot of his movies, and I like Eyes Wide Shut more and more every time I see it. I think it's brilliant performances from Tom Hanks and Nicole Kidman. I think they're both great, and some of the creepiest like music, and that party scene is something else, but I've never seen anything like it in a movie, and it's really amazing. So, and they kind of did some. I know there's some versions of that movie where they did a Florence Pugh and Saudi Arabia. They like put like fake underwear, like blacked out underwear on some of the people sometimes,
Really?
like on the bottoms. Yeah, in some versions of Eyes Wide Shut, you can see the unedited version, but there's like a kind of pseudo edited version where there's bottoms on them on the women, like CGI. It's really weird. But yeah, I'll go Eyes Wide Shut. I think the movie's great.
Weird, yeah, because like I kind of researched it too. Like they have that, and then they also have in the U.S. that they actually CGI extra people like in front of some of the
like
the
standing in
actors
front
and
of like some of the
Yeah.
sex scenes. Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they did. But you can find the unedited version. Yeah, that's like the original intent. But yeah,
Yeah, and I watched Eyes Wide Shut yesterday for the very first time, and holy crap, was this like a crazy freaking movie? Holy cow! But I really liked it though. Like I thought that it was great because I think it's Stanley Kubrick movie. I just think like this is like one of the all-time greatest filmmakers. Like just the way that he constructs his movies from beginning to end is just like really something special, I think. And also it's probably a career best from Nicole Kidman. Like she's really good in it too. And just some of the craziest things because like they really take you on a wild ride, but at a pace though, like at a slow pace, but it still gets pretty wild though still. And yeah, and then Toy Story 4 is good, but like everyone else said, it's unnecessary. But so I'm gonna go Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, I really liked it. So yeah, Steven, what do you say? So
I was all set to vote for Toy Story 4 because I think it's actually really good and underrated, and I'm unnecessary. I mean, you could say that about almost any sequel. That's why I don't really go with the whole it's an unnecessary sequel thing. But then it gets paired with Eyes Wide Shut, which I think actually is probably my favorite Kubrick movie. I mean, I've only seen like 5 or 6 of his movies, but it's out of those 5 or 6, it's my favorite. And Cruise is really good. It has a really nice, creepy atmosphere with the piano that score when Cruise is walking down the street.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to go with Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
Yeah, some good. Richie, what do you say?
No, I mean, I don't think all sequels are unnecessary, but yeah, this was definitely one. But I guess it's just, I was just wondering that, like, because like in the last 3, you kind of tap like, Buzz is nearly level pegging with I mean, I shouldn't say pegging when we're talking about orgies before, but anyway, level footing with Woody. And like, now I understand Toy Story 4 is a Woody story, but Buzz has got like almost like nothing to do with this. Like, it's just like he's just pretty much just a side dude. And I mean, there are things I like about Toy Story 4. I mean, it's still got heart to it, and it's and then the catch of that, like a lot of Pixar movies do. And then I like Tony Howell's Forky. I like that idea, and it's kind of cool. But and then we're getting Toy Story 5. Don't know what the hell. Like, what are we doing now?
AKA we need money desperately because Disney's had too many flops and we need money.
I really hope Toy Story 5.
That's even what Toy Story 4 is. Because when I say a necessary sequel, I just mean 3 ended it so perfectly.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we're done. And they're like,
so good.
oh, but
I
money.
think 4 ends it perfectly, actually.
It's a good addendum, and again, I like it, but I just 3's the perfect ending. I feel anyway.
Yeah,
I'd just be afraid that if they do 5, that it would ruin the ending by bringing them all back together after Woody goes his own way at the end of 4.
Yeah. Why are they bringing him back?
No. Well, don't worry, Steven. We're all in agreement on that. That 5 is really unnecessary. Really unnecessary.
Until what? Just like 4, when it ends up being great, and we're like, never mind.
I mean,
because we all said that about 4, so I'm just hoping we're wrong.
I still say that about 4, but that's fine.
Well, like the 4th one was like Woody's story. We already got Buzz's story in a movie called Buzz Lightyear. So what are we gonna do? Oh
God! Anyway, stop talking about that movie. That movie sucks. Eyes Wide Shut. I've come around to it more and more in the past few years. It's really good. as my flatmate turns his TV up for some reason. It's really good. It's really wacky, but yeah, it's one of Kidman's best movie. Nicole Kidman's best movies. I've sort of been a bit critical on her, but I know she can be a good actress in the right role, and this is one of the right roles. And so it's I think it's really good. Eyes Wide Shut.
All right.
And also, if you haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut, there's nudity for like half the movie. Like so yeah, like
It's
I didn't know
mostly
that
just
going in,
that.
but-
It's mostly just that one sequence. Nicole Kidman kind of walks around in her underwear for part of that monologue, but yeah.
Imagine how many people would go to the movies if Nicole Kidman's AMC thingy was like,
Oh my God,
like Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. There you go.
All right, so we got two sort of plane movies here. That's how they came up. I didn't realize it until kind of now, but Sully and Top Gun, two very different types of planes, but yeah. All right, two pilots. Malcolm, what do you got?
I think Sully is a very underrated movie. I think it doesn't get talked about enough from Tom Hanks. I think it's really good. I like Top Gun. I rewatched it recently because I did a back-to-back thing of that and Maverick, which I assume is coming up later. So I'm gonna go for the better one out of the two, which I think is Sully.
All right, Austin.
I bought the 4K of Top Gun because that was another one I hadn't sat down and watched before Maverick came out, and I'm not really a fan of the original. I don't think it's very good, and I think it's really corny and kind of over the top and not great. Some of the action sequences are good, but yeah, I watched Sully for when I was on Malcolm's rank and we did the Eastwood directed movies. And I was really pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it. And I miss Aaron Eckhart movies because he's like kind of a co-star in that one. I want to see Aaron Eckhart do more stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go with Sully because it's the one I like more when I watched him.
Yeah, so Sully is a blind spot for me. I haven't seen it yet. I know the whole story of like the Miracle on the Hudson and all that stuff. But I actually really like Top Gun. I don't like it better than the sequel, but I do think that that's fun. Just like him and Val Kilmer and like the whole like Maverick and Goose and Iceman and all that stuff. It is fun stuff, and like when I like the kind of like when they was hanging out with all the other pilots and they're like in the bar and they're playing music and all that kind of stuff and singing and stuff. So it's fun. I'm not going to say it's like one of the greatest Tom Cruise movies, but it's fun. And the plane stuff's really, really cool, and it's got a banging soundtrack too. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Top Gun. I haven't seen Sully. So, Steven, what do you got?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Surprised it took this long for that to happen.
Nope.
So, from what I've said before about the movie, people might get the wrong idea that I don't like it. It's fine. It's decent. I just, it's always mentioned as one of Cruise's best and most popular movies, and I just don't think it's anywhere near one of his best. But Sully, I think Sully is really great, actually, and not only a really great performance from Hanks, but also one of Clint Eastwood's better movies as a director. I think it's up there for him as well. I love Sully, so I'll definitely easily go with Sully.
Yeah, I think I would have loved to see Clint Eastwood direct a movie because I think we should get a few more takes here. No, just wrap it up. Like we're good, man. Just move it on. Like one take.
He's old 2-take Eastwood. Do one for coverage. All right, we got it. Move on. All right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's interesting, but
as opposed to what we just voted on, Eyes Wide Shut, where Stanley Kubrick and Tom Cruise walked through a door frame like 100 times.
Yeah, it's interesting. But
Richie.
I mean, surprisingly, I'm probably on board with like maybe the Top Gun being, I like it, but not as much as maybe some other people. And I prefer Maverick. I think Tom Cruise has way better movies in his filmography. I do. I'm not a huge Sully dude either, but I do think it's impressive that he's over because like the whole Miracle on Hudson thing, that the whole incident lasts like what 20 minutes, and he stretches out to a movie, and it is sort of compelling. Yeah, so and it's better than his other movies. He tries to stretch out incidents in into a full on movie, but that was due to other decisions where he hired the actual people in the incident, and then that train movie or whatever whatever it was that terrorist train thing that was bad. But yeah, this one works. I think because of Tom Hanks, he's really good in it. So I'll go Sully.
Yeah, and JPO, what do you say?
Yeah, this is not going the way I thought, but it's going the way I had hoped. Yeah, Top Gun. There's a reason I slept on Maverick for so long, just because I wasn't that enticed by Top Gun. It has its moments, but again, it feels very of that, kind of decade and whatnot. So I'm definitely gonna go with Sully here. I think great performance by Tom Hanks here in the leading role. Even though I had a really bad theater experience because I had a lady right next to me who didn't know what a flashback was and was very out loud confused and was like, "I thought we saw the hotel thing already."
Oh my god!
Shut up, bitch.
Jeez.
So yeah, but regardless of her. Not realizing what the fuck
go
a
in her
flashback
house
is.
and sit down and watch Pulp Fiction with her and see what she thinks.
Oh my god, she must be so confused. No, she really did not get
Wait
the
a minute.
non-linear
Where did John
storytelling.
Travolta come from? What the?
Yeah.
Wait,
He's dead already.
But he's dead, and now he's eating breakfast. What's going on?
Yeah, no, she probably did say that. I was like, have you? And she was older too. It always confuses me when like, have you not seen a movie? Like it's non-linear storytelling.
Movie? There's been a million movies with flashbacks. Like what the fuck?
Is that what you said in the theater, JPO? Were you like, "Shut up, bitch"?
I should have. I'm too nice. I said it in my mind very loudly.
Yeah.
That'd be a good podcast idea eventually, like because I've got stories like just bad theater experiences. Good,
Oh yeah, I've got some. Oh,
I could do
Oh,
a top
yeah,
10.
uh-huh.
Let's do countdown.
Yeah,
yeah.
we
We'll
already
do
have,
a
we can do
countdown. We'll
that.
just do a round table. I'll tell shitty
Oh, yeah.
stories. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've got some of them for sure.
I got one recently. Fucking Barbie. I mean, the movie's fine. The movie's good, but fuck, man, I hated that. I want to punch kids.
Yeah.
So I'm up first. We got Rain Man and That Thing You Do. Again, Rain Man's a solid movie. I have to be honest, I get annoyed with Dustin Hoffman in that movie after a while. Like, same the way I get annoyed with Leo DiCaprio and What's Eating Gilbert Grape, to where like it just kind of grates on me after a while. But I mean, it's a good performance. I watched That Thing You Do recently, and I watched the long version. It was like 2.5 hours, but it was really good. And I'm gonna have that in my rotation for a while. And Hanks directed it, and he did a good job. So I'm gonna go with That Thing You Did.
Wapner. I gotta watch Jeopardy and the Wheel. I did it in 1967. Yeah, it's kind of like an interesting performance. It does get a little like annoying. Like I'm kind of with you on that, but I get the performance though that he's going for. He's kind of going for like what like a severely like autistic or like whatever he's supposed to be like person is and I think he pulled it off really well. I actually really like Rain Man. I remember watching it like. I don't know. I have this weird memory of watching it with my parents when I was really young. I think I was like, had to have been like 7 or something like that. But, and then That Thing You Do is really great too. Like this might be one of the hardest matchups so far, like for me, because I love that Thing You Do. The song gets stuck in your head. It's just cool seeing like a sort of like a biopic of sorts of this band. Oh man. I think that on this time, since I'm not like loving one way more than the other, I love them both. So I'll go with Rain Man because I do think that it's probably the better movie. So I'll say Rain Man. But Steven, what do you say?
That Thing You Do is probably my favorite soundtrack of all time. I love the soundtrack to that movie. Not just the title song, but all of the songs. I mean, the title song is probably not even my favorite, actually. This is tough. I think I'm going to say the same thing I said for the first match, where I said Philadelphia is the better movie, but I've seen The Firm more. And I'm probably the same way here in that I think Rain Man is the better movie, but I've seen That Thing You Do way more. And it's just, just got an exuberance to it that I know that's it's just very appealing, and I love it. And So yeah, I'm gonna go with That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
Probably more rewatchable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Richie, what do you say here?
Yeah, I'm on similar line to Steven here. Like, I like Rayman a lot. It's pretty hard for me, but I guess I might employ the Jacob Baba logic here. Two movies right in front of me. I'll probably go That Thing You Do just because it's more, still more of a fun watch. Don't have to be in the right sort of headspace for it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the soundtrack. Obviously the title track is an earworm, and I'm a huge Fountains of Wayne guy. So like obviously hearing that, that the track is kind of gets in your head a lot. But like it's a really really good movie, and Rayman's good too. But I think it's one of those movies you got to be in the right sort of mood for. So I don't know. I think That Thing You Do you can put on whenever. So I'll go with That Thing You Do.
Yeah. JPO, what do you got here?
Yeah, again, I'm going to follow the love here that we're showing so far for That Thing You Do. I think it zips along real nicely. Like again, like the little ensemble cast of the band here. Tom Hanks again more of a co-star, but really good when he's in it, and also one of his directed movies as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with That Thing You Do.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen. It's been a while since I've seen the Rayman. I remember liking it, but I watched That Thing You Do for the first time recently, and I really loved it. So I'm going to go The Thing You Do.
Yeah. So That Thing You Do.
Thing You Do. All right. I got Minority Report versus Apollo 13.
Oh.
Yeah. When this came up on the wheel, I was like, "Ooh, Steven's not going to like this matchup."
Houston, we have a problem here.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But Jordan, first.
So I've only seen Apollo 13 one time, so I need to go back and watch it another time because the movie's really good, and Minority Report's really good too. But I mean, I don't love Minority Report. I think it's good, but this one's kind of tough, just because I just don't remember as much of Apollo 13, and I need to rewatch it. I'll go Minority Report because I think it's a cool story with some cool twists, and I like the future, when they can predict crimes before they happen, that kind of stuff. That's cool. So I'll go with Minority Report. Steven.
So Apollo 13 is probably Ron Howard's best movie, although I go back and forth between that and Cinderella Man. I think that's great too. And I forgot actually that Hanks and Howard have actually done a bunch of movies together as well. It's not just Spielberg that he works with a lot.
Yep.
But Minority Report is my favorite movie of Tom Cruise's, and justice for Minority Report for not making it into the top 12 on Rankum.
Yeah, right.
So Minority Report, plus I it's mostly out of laziness of not changing it from when I was in Rankum, but of course, If You See My Name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Steven, they each have five Hanks and Ron Howard, 5 Hanks and Spielberg. So,
yeah, but then you also have to remember that 3 of those are the Robert Langdon movies. So.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But
they technically the same amount. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say here?
Yeah, I like Apollo 13, but I'm more of a Minority Report fan as well. I really like it, like the concept. I think Tom Cruise is really good, and I like the concept of the movie. It's also produced by I don't know if you know Jan de Pont, who died. Huh? Bit of a trippy thing, but yeah. So yeah, I love Apollo 13, but yeah, I think Minority Report's more my speed, so I'll go there.
Yeah. JPO, what do you say?
Yeah, I kind of like what Richie said. A lot of love and respect to Apollo 13, but the thing that's slightly more up my alley is Minority Report. I think it's great, and it's actually warmed up on me more over time. Like when I first saw it, I think it's a great concept, and again, just really well directed and really kind of holds you and is interesting. So Minority Report.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
I mean, with Hanks and Cruise combined, we'll probably go about 8 Steven Spielberg movies in here.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like Minority Report enough. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But Apollo 13 is a great movie, so I'm going to go Apollo 13.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I watched Apollo 13 for the first time recently. Actually, that was a blind spot for a while, and it was great. Yeah, the movie's awesome, and yeah, great cast, great score. But you know what? I'm gonna throw Steven a bone here, and I'm gonna post Minority Report, but not just because I'm just throwing him a bone. I think the movie's really good, and it's got an unfair shake here on a couple of times in the tournament fights. So let's at least get it out of the first round.
Yeah,
at least this time. So first round, you're at least gonna get out of there. What are you going up against? Oh, that's gonna be tough. Okay, so we'll get there.
Yeah, tough.
We'll see. There's another favorite of Steven's, I think, but Road to Perdition and Ghost Protocol. Steven, you go first. I think that's another one of your favorites, right? Is Road to Perdition?
I love Ghost Protocol, but this is still pretty easy for me because yes, Road to Perdition is a favorite of mine. I love Road to Perdition. I used to think American Beauty was Sam Mendes' best movie, but over the years, it's not that my love for American Beauty went down. It's just that my love for Road to Perdition went up. So I think that's actually his best movie now. And so, yeah, I'll go with Road to Perdition.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Richie, what do you got here?
And I mean, and not that people have this sort of look at it with this lens, but yeah, it's kind of hard. Sometimes it's kind of hard to watch American Beauty given what we know about things now. Just sad.
Hey,
yeah.
not guilty. Just saying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he had a couple though.
Not guilty doesn't mean
I know.
he didn't
It
do
doesn't
it.
mean you can't think what you think, but free like OJ, not guilty. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know. But Road to Perdition is really good. Yeah, and I do think it's underrated. However, it's going up against the sort of one of the best Mission Impossible movies made. I think I know I have a love for Mission Impossible 3, but I think realistically, I think if I had to rank them, it'd probably be between Ghost Protocol and Fallout for me. Fallout probably just edges it, but Ghost Protocol is right up there. So I'll go Ghost Protocol. But Ghost Protocol is fantastic, and it sort of kind of sets the standard of like, I mean, 3 sets the standard, but yeah, like 4 is like, man, okay, these are gone from like, these are just must see now. Yeah, I like Jeremy Renner in this. It's a shame that he's like, going to appear in more stuff.
Never know. Maybe he'll show up in part 2.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know.
Yeah,
never
know.
Possible, or something.
Has he recovered enough for that?
Yeah, he has. He's walking around. He's got like a cane, but I'm just saying he could show up in the cameo. He doesn't have to do an action scene.
Oh, true. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they filmed the majority of it. So
no, but I mean, he could show up for a speaking role. He doesn't have to be running around, Yeah, because that's what he was doing in Rogue Nation for the whole movie. So
yeah. You're just talking to the director or whatever it was.
Yeah. He's talking to Alec Baldwin the whole time. But anyways,
yeah, this one's tough, man. I got a lot of love and respect for Road to Perdition. I think it's a great performance by Hanks here and young Superman over there, Tyler Hoechlin. But man, kind of like what Richie said, man. I mean, I think Mission Impossible 3 walked, so Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol could fucking run, and I really love it. And I have a lot of fun with it. So I lean more towards that. Yeah, literally run as he does in every movie now, including Dead Reckoning. Ghost Protocol, get my vote.
Yeah.
Malcolm, what do you say here?
Yeah, I mean, I like Road to Perdition. I think it's good. But yeah, Ghost Protocol is one of the better Mission Impossible movies. And yeah, so Ghost Protocol.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, Road to Perdition. I've said it before. It just doesn't quite work for me as a movie. I've tried to like it. I try to like it, and I just can't get there. I can't buy Tom Hanks as a mob hitman. I just never do. Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, I'm not intimidated by you. I don't buy you carrying around a machine gun. It just doesn't work for me. So that's just me. But Ghost Protocol is my favorite MI movie, so it wasn't going to win anyways.
I think it would be awesome if we got like a movie with Tom Cruise's character from Collateral versus Tom Hanks in Rich Perdition.
It is interesting that have they ever done a movie together?
No, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying is sometimes on these verses we have at least like one crossover somewhere, but we don't have a crossover here. None. So,
It is interesting that they have some of this.
no, they never even like cross paths in any movie at all. I don't know. Cross directors, but no cross movies.
So I actually really like Road to Perdition. I think that it's fun. I like the Tom Hanks and his relationship with his son, Tyler Hoechlin, and then Paul Newman's great in it. Daniel Craig. I think that on the movie is a lot of fun. But we're talking about the best Mission Impossible movie. For me, it is the best. But I mean, they're all good, but this one just like quite handily beats other ones out for me, because you not only have that scene where it's climbing the Burj Khalifa and you have the sandstorm, but then you have that whole scene at the Kremlin at the beginning when they're like sneaking in there, and that's
the parking.
Another one of my favorite scenes.
Is great.
The parking garage scene is awesome when it's going up.
Yeah,
and
that's
down,
awesome
left
too.
and right,
It's so good. So yeah, you just have like it's like one great scene after the next, and yeah, it's awesome. So I got to go Ghost Protocol.
The only thing I saw. Oh, sorry, Steven. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I mean, everyone always sleeps on that scene because of the Burj Khalifa scene.
Yeah.
But
I was just gonna say I did do a quick Google. So the closest we got was Tom Hanks was almost in a Tom Cruise movie, just as his role. Tom Hanks was almost Jerry Maguire. Almost. They offered it to him and a lot of money, and he at the last second he turned it down. So he was almost.
I think that it fit way better with Tom Cruise. I think they went.
Yeah, I think
they made the right choice.
But Tom Hanks moved on and did other things. But we got more Ron Howard. They got Splash and American Made. Richie.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Splash is a fun, sort of rom-com here. American Made's I think underrated. I liked it. I think it was really quite cool. I'm gonna show some love to American Made here. I think it's a really sort of solid kind of sort of I don't know how you describe it, but yeah, it's a great sort of I don't know if you call it a heist movie, but yeah, I guess it is. Yeah,
it's just a drug smuggling movie kind of thing.
A drug smuggling movie,
money laundering, drug smuggling, all that kind of shady shit. Yeah,
all that shady. Yeah, so probably like a bit of I really enjoyed it, so I'll go American Made.
Yeah,
American Made. American Made.
Yep.
He's American Made. He's American Made. He's got a red flag. Hulk Hogan's WCW.
Yeah. Nice. But JPO, what do you say?
This might be just kind of what's kind of more up my alley here. Splash, it's kind of fine, but doesn't really entangle me that much. American Made, kind of like Richie said, I think it's a little underrated. It's a fun flick here. You know what I mean? I think he's kind of perfectly casted as well. Not too much out of his wheelhouse, but he's fun in it. So American Made.
Yeah. And also, speaking of Hulk Hogan, do you guys hear the thing recently where like Hulk Hogan proposed to his girlfriend at another person's wedding, and like right in the middle of the wedding reception or whatever? It's like wait
that sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
You
know what that sounds like? There's a Reddit page I subscribe to called "I'm the Main Character," where that's a total "I'm the main character" move to make. It's like, oh, it's your wedding. Well, I'm going to propose at it. Now I'm so I'm the main character now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a whole
I'm captain now. Speaking of
that checks out. I buy that.
Yeah. But Malcolm, what do you say?
Splash, also known as the movie that was edited when it was put on Disney Plus.
I know, yeah.
I mean, I can't quite remember what they did. Didn't they just give you?
She was walking back into the ocean. You could see her ass, and they had a CGI wave splash in front of her, so you didn't see it. It's really,
Yeah.
God forbid we see her ass.
Yeah, God forbid we see one
Yeah.
thing in anatomy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, I like Splash enough, but American Made, I think is a really good Tom Cruise movie. So I'm gonna go American Made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, Splash is fun. I like John Candy in it. Yeah, good little cast, but Eugene Levy too. But yeah, American Made I've gone back to 3 or 4 times. I think that movie's super underrated as well, and really, really good. I like kind of drug smuggling movies, so I'll go American Made.
Yeah. Yeah, Splash was like the whole thing where like Christian Harloff made it the whole thing into a bit with like John Candy being like, "Hey, Roing Jahag Tartum's penis" or whatever when he's like making up the Swedish line, and then they made it like a sound bit and they would just play it over and over again. Which I mean, the bit was funny for a while until they really like put it into the ground like so many times. But yeah, American Made's awesome. Like I remember seeing it in the theater and just loving it. I remember just kind of being on the edge of my seat and just seeing like what he gets roped into. He's first working for the government and then he ends up being a drug smuggler, and yeah, and it's a true story. So yeah, I'll vote for American Made. Everyone? Oh, Steven. Okay.
Yeah, American Made is one of my blind spots for Tom Cruise. But it's been a while since I've seen Splash, but I remember enjoying it highly. It's a delightful movie, so I'll go with Splash.
Yeah.
You should see it, Steven. I think it'd be up your alley. I think you'd like American Made. It's really, really good.
So too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably like it just because I like most of Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another 84 Hanks with Bachelor Party and Jack Reacher Never Go Back.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yikes! This is tough on the wrong level.
Yeah.
Bachelor Party I saw for the first time recently, and it is it does not hold up as a first time watch. It's all about hookers and women are being treated bad, and I don't know. He's his charming self, but at the same time, I don't know. I was also bothered by some of his choices. But Jack Reacher's also not that great of a sequel. Fucking Jack Reacher 2.
Yeah, sure. Malcolm, what do you say here?
Yeah, I actually haven't seen Bachelor Party. It's one of Tom Hanks' movies I've been meaning to get to finish, to actually have to say I've finished. I've watched all of Tom Hanks' movies. But yeah, I mean, I like Jack Reacher Never Go Back more than some other people, but I agree it's not a good sequel, but I think it's good enough to move on. Who knows what will go up against next round though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, you know what? I'll vote for Bachelor Party because I like wacky 80s comedies, and this one doesn't have a super crazy like mafia plot at the end of it. So you know what? It's just kind of one crazy night movie, and about a party out of control. So and yeah, Tom Hanks is really charming, and you can see why he became a big star after this. And it's the same year as stuff like Revenge of the Nerds. Like I like movies like that. So yeah, I'll go with Bachelor Party.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched this movie probably whenever we did our One Crazy Night episode, whenever that was. So yeah, but and I'm kind of with JPO. Like this movie does not hold up. Like there are parts that were like kind of
Wait a minute. You said you liked Bachelor Party on that show. I distinctly remember that.
I mean, well, I liked
100% said you enjoyed it.
I know.
100%.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not over the moon about it. Is what I'm saying. I'm not like crazy about it. I think the movie's good. I think Tom Hanks is an interesting character, and it all culminates at the Bachelor Party. And I just kind of gravitate more towards Tom Hanks because anything else in it just feels kind of outdated and kind of doesn't hold up to me. But I like the kind of the choices, like he doesn't cheat on his girl and like that kind of thing when he has several opportunities to do it. But And I just don't think that Jack Reacher, like either of them, are good movies. So I'll still go Bachelor Parties because I think that I like it to an extent, but it's not one that I'm going to go back to that often. Let's put it that way. But Steven, what do you say?
I like both Jack Reacher movies, and plus, then this one you have the addition of Colby Smulders, who's good in it. And I think they have good chemistry, and whenever they have have a subplot involving the girl. Oh, she's not that young; she's like teenage, but that could have been handled badly. But I thought they handled that actually pretty well, and this was actually not that long after Prison Break, and so it was cool. We were seeing Robert Knepper show up as one of the bad guys.
I think he's always a bad guy, dude.
He's what?
Isn't that the dude who always plays the bad guy? Isn't the same dude who played the bad guy in that Hitman Timothy Oliphant movie?
If he was in that, I don't remember. But you're right that he does normally play bad guys. Yeah, but he's great as Teabag in Prison Break. But also, isn't the Jack Reacher sequel directed by Ed Zwick, which seemed like such an odd choice for him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Ed Zwick is yeah.
I enjoyed Jack Reacher not as much as the first one. The first one is definitely a better movie. The first one is definitely better plotted, but I still enjoyed it. So I'll go with, and I haven't seen Bachelor Party, so I'll go with Jack Reacher.
Well, I mean, he directed Cruise before in Last Samurai, so I mean, it's not out of bounds, but yeah.
But it still seemed like an odd choice for him, like that for that kind of movie.
Well, he was coming off of Pawn Sacrifice, which isn't exactly an action banger. Yeah.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, Jack Reacher sequel isn't great. Yeah, Bachelor Party is basically Tom Hanks' risky business about the mafia stuff. I'll tell you, Bachelor Party is certainly better than, and this is true, it's certainly better than Bachelor Party 2, The Last Temptation, with Harlan Williams. That's an actual movie that exists. Look that
Harlan
up.
Williams? Really? The weird.
But yeah, so yeah, if you watch it maybe through 2023, that's probably not the hold up, but I would watch it. I'd have fun with it over a Jack Reacher sequel that that wasn't really enamored with the first one anyway. So Bachelor, and looking back at 80s, Tom Hanks is kind of fun considering how his career would end up, which is it is interesting that he was like more of a comedy guy and he kind of he's more a serious dude. So, but yeah, I'll go Bachelor Party here.
Okay, all right.
Who agrees I need to go grab my air horn again for JPO? I'm watching him slowly like dozing off like over.
When I go last, that's just waiting for you guys to finish.
Yeah, right.
Stop making segues.
Well, you're gonna finish this one because it's a tie to you. So fucking vote already on your tiebreaker.
I will fucking vote as soon as you ask me to. You just asked me to for the first time.
Yeah.
That's why you always gotta be ready.
I was ready. I was waiting.
Ready and alert.
I can't promise you alert.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna take my time. I will
slowly fall asleep.
With go fuck yourself, Jack Reacher.
It's all good. No, I had a video game stream the other night where like it ran until like almost 2 a.m. Because I do these crazy late night ones, and I was like slowly just like falling asleep. I'm like, it's time to go. It's time to wrap this up.
Seriously, why couldn't one of the up top movies go against one of these?
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Jerry Maguire and Saving Private Ryan. So Malcolm.
Yeah, this is easy for me. I'm not the biggest fan of Saving Private Ryan. I think it's fine, but I really love Jerry Maguire, so Jerry Maguire gets my vote.
Yeah. Austin.
This is easy for me. I'm not the biggest Jerry Maguire fan. I really like Saving Private Ryan, so I'm going to vote Saving Private Ryan.
Well, Austin, you stole my bit because like I'm the same way too. I was like, yeah, I'm not the biggest Jerry Maguire fan. I think
I think
it's
Jerry Maguire's
but-
fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like I call it the catchphrase movie because it's like show me the money, you complete me, help you, like just like all the different lines, and I'm just kind of like all right, and like it's fine. I mean, but Saving Private Ryan's awesome. I mean, nominated for an Oscar, like it's just it's like a really powerful story, especially that scene when they first land and they're on the beach and stuff. That's like a really cool scene. So yeah, I gotta go Saving Private Ryan. Steven.
And this is not easy for me because I love both of these movies. But Saving Private Ryan is my favorite Tom Hanks movie. It's in my top 20, maybe even top 10. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that. Jerry Maguire is in my top 100, but it's much lower. So as much as I love Jerry Maguire, as much as I love Cameron Crowe, I love Steven Spielberg. I love Steven Spielberg even more. And this is one of his. He's got like Jaws is probably my favorite Spielberg movie. But then you have like numbers 2 through 4 that are almost practically interchangeable, and Saving Private Ryan is among those. I gotta go with Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah. Again, I'm probably on the same wavelength as Austin and I think Jerry Maguire's fine. I think it's good. But yeah, I don't have the same affinity for it as others. Yeah, it's a good catchphrase movie. Saving Private Ryan is a great war film. So yeah, and still holds up. I think I'm in the camp, but it should have won Best Picture. So yeah, I'll go Saving Private Ryan pretty easily.
Yeah. JPO, what do you say here?
As much as Jerry Maguire has some really good moments. Saving Private Ryan is one of my favorite war movies. That epic opening scene, the great and collected cast. Again, we talked about it over at Rankum. So I'm gonna go Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Saving Private Ryan.
All right.
I'm trying to think of the catchphrase from Saving Private Ryan, but there's not really one. So.
Another is earn it. Earn it.
Okay.
Earn it.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get to the other side. We'll probably speed it up just a tad. I've got a very early morning tomorrow, so we'll speed it up just a little bit and get to the other side. We got Hanks versus Hanks, Big, and the Green Mile. Me first. This might be a case of one movie's better than the other, but another Barbara logic. Which one's in front of me? I'm probably gonna go Big, so I'll take Big. Jordan?
Yeah, like Big was a staple of my childhood. Like I grew up watching Big all the time. Like shimmy shimmy cocoa puff, shimmy shimmy ride, shimmy shimmy cocoa puff. That me and my brothers would go around singing that. Like I love the score to it. I think it's great, and like Tom Hanks does a great job just playing like a kid in an adult's body. Like I can't remember like what the paycheck is, but it's some kind of crappy amount. It's like $175 or like whatever it is. He's all like excited, and then like John Lovitz, they really screw you. Like there's just some like little moments that just like resonate with me, and the Green Mile, it's good. I don't really go back to it though, so I've seen it like twice. So I went back once, but that's it. So but Big, I've seen at least like 30-40 times. So I got to go Big. Steven, what do you say?
Yeah, this is another tough one. But I think once again, I'm not even sure which one is the better. I was gonna say Green Mile maybe is the better movie, but Big I've seen more. I'm not even sure though I would even say that. Even though I probably, on Letterboxd, I probably did give the Green Mile a slightly higher rating, but I've just seen Big more. So I always love, of course, the famous, piano on the floor scene. So yeah, I'll go with Big.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna say that Nelly ripped off the lyrics to his song from Big. He got that from Big. Come on, I mean, let's be honest here.
What are you
Shimmy Shimmy
talking about?
Cocoa Puff. That
Oh,
one, like, in a song where like sings part of the Shimmy Shimmy song.
Yeah.
Basically, the
Right,
But-
I'm gonna take a puff, pass it to me now.
yeah, the
Yeah,
country
yeah.
grammar song. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, but Richie, what did you say?
There's also a line in that the Black Eyed Peas song "My Humps" that's got "Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Puff" in it. But like Black Eyed Peas steal a lot of shit.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
Fun little.
I mean, I don't think. I think Green Mile is definitely a better movie than Big. I love Green Mile. I always shout at Green Mile. Green Mile. I love Green Mile a lot. I think it's great. I think great performance by Tom Hanks. But just phenomenal performance by Michael Clark Duncan. Wasn't too soon. I love everything about this movie. So I will go with Green Mile.
I think we can all agree though.
Yeah.
Where's Frank Darabont? Make more movies. He's a
Yeah.
good filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
weird
happened
that
to
like
him?
he's got
Yeah.
like
He's got like,
bangers, The Mist, and nothing. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Wait, did you just
Weird.
say that
But-
The Mist isn't a banger?
It's not a banger.
It's anyway.
It's really good. Is it on the same level as
Fine,
Shawshank
good.
or Green Mile? Maybe not, but it's
No,
still
that was-
Good minus
that's a
one
banger.
horrible annoying lady in the
Now
movie.
you're reminding me of Henry. You're throwing out the word banger too much. All right, a banger is a very
Also,
high level.
He also did The Majestic, which I love.
Okay, well now
Yeah.
we're back to
No,
non-bangers.
that movie's a cure for insomnia. I won't defend the Majestic. that movie's.
I like
That's
the
not a
movie. I think it's okay. But
It's not a bang.
JPO, what are you gonna go for?
Mhm.
Yeah, this definitely is a tough one, man. I mean, again, like if you go Barber logic, you got to go big. But if you just go by really hitting you in the fucking feels, got to go Green Mile. Oh boy, oh boy. I'll go Barber. I'll go big. I think they're both fantastic in what they're going for. So
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
We can't hear what you say
We
because
can't hear what
you're
you're saying.
muted, you silly sausage, you.
I guess you could say Frank Darabont is very missed in the film community.
Oh, boo! I wish you were muted for that. Go back on mute.
yeah, go back to being muted.
But anyway, I mean, I think Tom Hanks is great in The Green Mile. I just don't like the movie. I'm going to go big.
Definitely go back on mute. Go, I'll do my
I'm with you on that one, Malcolm. I actually am. Not a big fan. But,
Well, and the winner of the Tom Hanks big large head posters is Big. All right.
yeah, right. It makes sense.
Oh,
Big,
there's a big,
the big
there's
head.
a big Tom Cruise head poster though. So
Yeah, right.
Mission Impossible and Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh no, this might be the hardest
Jordan?
matchup.
Have fun.
Oh, and
Jordan.
I'm first. Come on. Oh, frick. Because I actually love the original Mission Impossible. That might be like my third or even second favorite, depending on the day. But Saving Mr. Banks too. Like just the story of Mary Poppins, man, and especially Colin Farrell in that movie. He's really good. But I mean, Tom Hanks is Walt Disney. Like that worked really well. I think I gotta give the edge to Saving Mr. Banks. The movie's just so good. Like the cast that goes on and on with like Emma Thompson and Paul Giamatti and what's his name from The Office, but I'm spacing on it. But yeah, so yeah, I'll go see Mr. Banks. Steven?
Yeah, this is actually pretty easy for me because although I like Mission Impossible, it's my least favorite of the franchise. So I'll definitely go with Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah, sounds good. Richie?
Yeah, Saving Mr. Banks really good. Mission Impossible definitely goes down as more bangers come out. Yeah, I'll use the word bangers here. I think that works with this concept.
Yeah.
Definitely not my worst one. Like Mission Impossible 2 is still probably the worst, although it's a decent movie. It's not a good possible movie. But still, I think Mission Impossible is still an important film. Like we wouldn't. I still think it's a really, really good action film. So I'll give the slight edge to Mission Impossible here.
Yeah. GPO, what do you say?
Yeah, it's definitely a thinker, but if what succeeds more in its own right, I'm gonna go with Saving Mr. Banks. I think it's a really likable film and one I would gravitate more towards in its genre.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you got?
I believe the person on the office you're thinking of is BJ Novak.
Yeah.
BJ
Novak. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the first Mission Impossible, but yeah, I've got to go Saving Mr. Banks. I think it's the better movie out of the two, so Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'll defend the original Mission Impossible as well. I think it still works when you go back and rewatch it. But yeah, I've got several obviously Mission Impossible movies I like more than that, and Saving Mr. Banks is awesome. Yeah, and I love Mary Poppins, so I'll go Saving Mr. Banks as well. So there we go. And going down to Days of Thunder, another big Tom Cruise head poster, and A Few Good Men.
There's probably going to be a lot of those.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you should count how many posters are just people's big heads on posters.
Yeah, the 90s is very floating head heavy.
Yeah.
I mean,
floating head, yeah.
I think just about most of Tom Cruise movies is his big head on the poster.
Yeah. We'll have to go back and see when we go back on the other side, see how many just big head posters there are, just people. But yeah, lots so far. But Steven, Days of Thunder, A Few Good Men.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen Days of Thunder, and I remember not thinking much of it. Whereas A Few Good Men is great, so I'll definitely go with A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Probably, I think it's Aaron Sorkin's first movie, right?
One of them, yeah, something like that.
One of them,
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say, Richie?
Yeah, Days of Thunder's okay. It's like, is it Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman's first sort of team up, or is that far and away? I think it was this one, right?
No, Days of Thunder came out first. Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was and it's fine for the guilty pleasure, but A Few Good Men's far the better movie. Great acting and improves that Tom Cruise new drama. It's great. I think it blows us out of the water. So yeah, A Few Good Men pretty easily.
Yeah, that was Aaron Sorkin's first, and then came Malice, and then American President, and then jumps all the way to Charlie Wilson's War like 10 years later. So
oh wow,
You're doing a TV show for a while.
Yeah.
You want the truth? I haven't seen Days of Thunder, so I'm going to vote for A Few Good Men.
Well, thanks for being honest. Malcolm.
More on blind spots.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Days of Thunder for the first time when we did ranking last week, and I enjoyed it. But A Few Good Men is the better movie, so I'm gonna go A Few Good Men.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, Days of Thunder is in that Top Gun category for me, like the original, where it's like it's watchable if it's on, like it's fine. It's got its moments. But yeah, A Few Good Men's great, and I have a mad crush on '90s Demi Moore, like for sure. So anything with like '90s Demi Moore is my jam.
Yeah.
So, A Few Good Men. Yeah.
But you should mention that Days of Thunder was also directed by Tony Scott for being in Top Gun category.
Top Gun. Yeah. Well, they had a thing for a little while. Tom Cruise was Tony Scott's Denzel Washington before Denzel Washington.
I'm just waiting for Joseph Kaczynski to do a Days of Thunder legacy sequel.
Oh,
I don't see them be the same kind of fervor for that. Then,
yeah. Oh my God, that's such a Thunder.
Yeah.
Bring back Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Well, for Days of Thunder, I mentioned it when I was on Rankum that the first time I ever saw it, it wasn't at a theater, but when we were to a family friend's house that was like really rich, so we had this huge like mansion of a house. They had this big theater room and like had concessions set up and like a popcorn machine and like actual theater seats and everything that reclined back and we watched Days of Thunder, and that movie plays so much better when you see it on a big screen, like booming sound, super loud, and you hear all the like race cars and stuff, and like I forget some of the like cast that's in the movie too, because like Randy Quaid's pretty good, John C. Reilly, Robert Duvall, like they're all pretty good in it, but yeah, A Few Good Men just an all-timer for me because Like as much as I don't love courtroom drama in movies, they're just bringing it though. Like Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson and Demi Moore, they're just really really solid in it. And so yeah, I got to go A Few Good Men.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of talking in this movie, John, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, a lot of talking, but it actually works. Like I don't know, like if it's really interesting dialogue to listen to, then sure.
All right, got Toy Story and Edge of Tomorrow.
This is gonna be that's difficult. And
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
on
gonna be a
first.
tough
Oh,
match.
fudge. Yeah.
Richie, it's hard. Go and vote.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, okay. Toy Story holds special place in my heart. It's one of the first movies like I watched in a theater. But and it's fantastic. Start off one of my favorite franchises of all time. And there's a lot riding on this movie. Obviously, we talked about this in ranking over movies that changed cinema. A lot riding on this movie. This changed animation. I do wish we get more 2D now, just because I'm a bit more purist. I like 2D animation as well. But I respect Toy Story. Edge of Tomorrow. I like how they did it. It's weird they took a while to do the Groundhog Day concept with other genres, and yeah, this works a lot. Not that I'm always that way inclined, but man, Emily Blunt is hot in this movie. Tom Cruise is really good. So this is really tough, but I guess I'll go nostalgia and go Toy Story, but I don't mind if Edge of Tomorrow, All You Need Is Kill, Live, Die, Repeat, or whatever the fuck they're calling it today, goes through. Wouldn't mind seeing a sequel Edge of Tomorrow either, but we'll see what happens.
JPO, are you there?
Yeah, JPO.
JPO.
Hi, it's
Hi.
me, everybody. JPO. Who forgot I was not on camera.
Hey, JPO, guess what we got? Toy Story Edge of Tomorrow.
But you
What
thought
we got?
that he
I heard
was
everything.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah, hemorrhage in my head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean this is kind of tough, but at the same time not. It's actually my second least favorite Toy Story. Again, very strong franchise, but Edge of Tomorrow I really loved, man. Kind of like Richie said, we kind of started getting a lot of these types of movies in a way, horror, action, but this kind of started off that retrain in a really fun way. So I'm gonna go with Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat. There's Only Kill, whatever it's called.
All You Need Is Kill, or
Yeah,
whatever.
All You Need Is Kill. Yeah. But Malcolm, what do you say?
I kind of wish they used the title of the book for the movie. All you need is kill is a really cool title.
It's been the Live, Die, Repeat. Like that sounds like a working title.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those ones like it was for the longest time. I thought the movie was just called Live, Die, Repeat because that was what was on the post. But
That's a tagline.
it was a tagline, but which is weird for it to be bigger than the title. But I said this on Rankin, like the whole conversation about sequels being all over the place because I think Emily Blunt said in the past interview that the budget would be really expensive due to the pandemic, and that's just like, and then they're working on TV series for Max and whatnot. There's a whole bunch of stuff, which is why they haven't gone into a sequel. I think it will eventually happen, but it's just all over the place at the moment. I like Toy Story and I do think it's good, but I think just for a bit of variety going forward, I think Edge of Tomorrow is a good movie, and I think we've got a few Toy Stories here, so yeah.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, I might go with a similar logic where, Toy Story's great, and probably any other time, maybe even in our animation tournament on Friday, I'll probably vote for it somewhere. But my favorite one's still to come in the tournament, and Edge of Tomorrow is awesome, and I'm voting for Edge of Tomorrow because of Bill Paxton. Rest in peace, one of my favorite actors.
Hey.
So you know what? He's great, and he had a great 2014 because he had this and Nightcrawler and $1 Million Arm. He had a good 2014. So Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, like this one's tough because I'm with you on the Bill Paxton when he wakes up every time to him saying the same line, like the battle is the great redeemer and the fiery crucible or whatever he's saying. But Toy Story 2 is just like so
Toy Story
good, and
1.
they're both.
That's what we're voting on right now, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Well,
Toy
yeah,
Story
yeah.
1.
Toy Story is really good, but like what I'm gonna say is that like they're both very unique movies. I'm gonna say that they're all.
I
It's
know.
also
It's just
a
it never
really
gets
unique
old
first time.
anytime somebody does
Yeah,
that.
right. Yeah, and yeah, gosh, it's really tough, but you're right. We're gonna have more Toy Stories on here, and there there's one that's better. Well, actually, the only one we haven't talked about. I think it's better. So I'll go with The Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, Steven.
I understand the logic of these other Toy Story movies, but in my opinion, the first one is still the best one. So I'm going with Toy Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I just think the other
what's
ones get
Chris
funnier and look better.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Just tomorrow moves on. Speaking
There
of,
you go.
there it is.
There
Toy
you
Story 3 against the
Hey.
Burbs. So, all right. JPO.
Yeah, I do like the Burbs. I think it's a fun little, it gets a little dark at times, a little weird, but I dig it. But yeah, this is Toy Story 3. This is my favorite of the four. I just think it's funny. It's got a great little villain and Lotso. It's got a perfect ending. No, it's not the ending. But like, yeah, I just think everything's there, man. It just nails it on the head here. All your favorite characters are back. So Toy Story 3.
yeah. Malcolm, what would you say?
Yeah, this is easy for me. I haven't seen the Burbs. It's been one that I've been meaning to get to for the longest time. I know Moose Haas is a fan of the Burbs as well, but I've got to go Toy Story 3.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, I'm in the same logic. I like the Burbs. It's a fun movie with a good cast, but Toy Story 3 is the best one and still makes me cry and has a whole sequence that's an homage to Cool Hand Luke, and I gotta love that because Cool Hand Luke's one of my favorite movies. So Toy Story 3.
Yeah, so Toy Story 3, the best ending to the series. And that's all there was, and there's nothing more after that. So that's all we had. So yeah,
Yep.
the
Just like Last Crusade. Just like Last Crusade.
Yeah.
That was it, and we were done.
That was it.
I
Yep,
disagree on both counts. Child of Destiny is actually a great ending for you.
Oh hell no! You are way off. No, I guess you didn't watch me and JPO's countdown of our worst movies of the year so far.
No, I guess not.
Boy, is Dial of Destiny on my.
I mean, if you want to see
You go
Austin
back
go
and
really
watch
nuts, watch Battleground Casual.
Holy
we were
shit!
talking
Did I
about
rip
it.
this fucking movie. God.
Well, now I know what I'm doing after this. So I'm gonna go watch the countdown of the worst movies of the year because I want to see it. So yeah, but I haven't yet. But yeah, and also too, like don't tell Benny or Moose that like I don't really like the Birds. I tried watching it. Like I've actually tried a couple of times, and like I just don't get it. Like I think people who were like older than like 12 years old in the 80s and were able to like appreciate it more, like we're really, really high on it. But I mean, I just don't like. I think Corey Feldman's kind of like fun as like the like cool like neighbor, just saying hi to all the neighbors and always hanging out on his porch and that stuff. And then Tom Hanks just wants to take a vacation at home. He doesn't want to like go anywhere, I guess. But yeah, I got to give it to Toy Story 3 for sure. That movie is like the best. Yeah, like I'm with you, Austin. Like it'll make a grown man cry, like even on multiple rewatches. So yeah. So Toy Story 3. Steven?
Yeah, other than Splash and Big, I really haven't seen a lot of Hanks's '80s output. And the Burbs is one I haven't seen, so I'll go with Toy Story 3.
Yeah, you might like it, Steven. Maybe more early than mine.
Yeah, 89. Yeah.
Oh, the costume.
Yeah. Just skirts in there. Yeah, 89.
Yeah.
Yep.
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah, I like the Birds, and I was barely alive the 80s. I was born in the year that this came out. And it probably came out, but yeah, I was born in August.
Well, there you go. Yeah, some people appreciate it.
Yeah. So, which by the way, my birthday's coming up soon. What are you getting me? Anyway,
August 10th. What you getting me? And 9 days away.
We'll talk about it.
9 days. Ooh.
Richie, well, I'll do what I do for people in this community. Richie, what do you want me to write trivia about? I'll write you a match.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want that. All data questions.
It can be very, very specific, whatever you want. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I just
Yeah,
want all data. All data.
All data.
Well
Who
done,
played
Daddy,
what
all right.
year, what,
Yep.
who directed what? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
yeah,
Sounds
cool. All right.
And then invite
yeah,
everyone that hates data so I can see them bitch.
good. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. I'll do that.
yeah. I like the Burbs. Burbs is fun, but yes, kind of already said what I was feeling. That Toy Story 3 is favorite Toy Story of all time. It's one of my favorite animation movies of all time. One of the best movies of all time, in my opinion. Yeah, when they're about to get incinerated, weak buckets of them. Oh man, this gets me. Lotso is a great villain, and yeah, this is just a perfect cap off a trilogy. And then they had to make a fourth one, and they're making a fifth one because capitalism. Anyway, Toy Story.
Yep.
Also, I'm always like to turn people onto the fact that like I really like Elemental this year, and it has a scene that's like similar to the incinerator scene. Not quite as impactful, but still like you don't think they're gonna make it though. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
All right. I got War of the Worlds and The Last Samurai.
Okay.
So, Cruise versus Cruise, early 2000s. Malcolm.
This is actually pretty tough for me. But yeah, I've probably said it on something before, but just in case you've forgotten, last time I was filmed in New Zealand. Just had to throw that out there. But that being said, I do really like Last Samurai, but I am a big fan of War of the Worlds. I know there's a lot of people in the community that don't like it for whatever reason, but I think it really works. And I think Spielberg did a really good job of taking the book and actually making it just seem really compelling and all that. So I'm going to go War of the Worlds.
Yeah, samurai movies filmed in New Zealand. I love it. But Austin.
Yeah, so I haven't seen The Last Samurai, and I have it on Blu-ray. It just got here yesterday, but
Oh,
I got
dang.
here too late for me to watch it before the show. I didn't have time. So I would have tried to squeeze it in, but I haven't. But it came up against a movie that I love anyways. I love War of the Worlds, Malcolm. I'm one of those people that will defend that movie all day. I think it's great. And I think the sequence when the tripod first comes out of the ground and starts torching people is one of the most terrifying sequences that Spielberg's ever done. I think that sequence is brilliant. And this movie is horrifying in a lot of spots. So I'll go War of the Worlds because I think that movie's great. So
Yeah. Yeah, you should get on watching The Last Samurai. I think you'll love it. But
it's right here, I swear. It's right here. I got let's see here. There it is. Oh, there it is. Still in the shiny plastic because I just got it in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
Last Samurai. So it's there.
Nice, yeah. Because Last Samurai, people kind of like almost tout this movie as a white savior movie. I think maybe Steven might have brought up this at a point, but it's actually kind of like Tom Cruise being saved. So I like that point that he made on one of our other shows. But and also Ken Watanabe's great. Hiroyuki Sanada. They have all like the recognizable Asian character actors that are really good. I like War of the Worlds too, or one or whatever you want to say. I like it also. But The Last Samurai though is a banger. Like for this, I'll say banger because I think it's great. Like it's like an all timer. So
that War of the Worlds is a banger.
Yeah. So Last Samurai.
I mean, that being said, I do wish they would adapt the sequel to War of the Worlds into a movie.
Yeah, and also shout out to the 50s War of the World. I didn't think I was gonna like that, and actually really really liked it. We watched it for some show we did, Austin. I can't remember.
We watched it for the Alien Invasion show.
Yeah, I was shocked how much I actually really liked
that
it.
Alien Invasion tier ranker, and I'll defend the original one too. I think they're both good.
Because usually Jordan and old movies don't mix too well, but that one was really good. but Steven, what would you say?
So War of the Worlds has great set pieces, but the movie itself is good, not great to me. And The Last Samurai is one of my favorite cruise movies. It's up there with Glory as one of my favorite of Zwick's. So for me, it's easily, and it's one of Tom Cruise's best performances too. I think he's like really great here, as well as Ken Watanabe. So Last Samurai pretty easily for me.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I like Last Samurai. I know it gets a lot of flack for being, a sort of a white savior movie. But if you want a worse white savior movie, watch a movie called The Great Wall with Matt Damon.
Yeah,
That movie's worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. It's one of Edgewick's better movies, I think, and Edgewick's a decent filmography. I think it's really good. However, I'm also a fan of War with Worlds. How do people dislike this movie? It's really good. I like the tension it builds. I like the chemistry between Tom Hanks and Dakota Fanning. I think Tim Robbins plays a weird character and he pops up here. I really like Tim Robbins when he pops in movies. So I'm gonna go War of the Worlds as well.
Yeah, and actually, at least The Great Wall was actually filmed in China. I wanted to look it up to see if they like filmed it in like New Zealand or some other place like that. But it's actually filmed in China, so that works. But JPO, what do you say here?
Yeah, this is another good round here. I like both. But yeah, I agree with you. Hey, no fight here about banger, because Last Samurai is a banger. I think it's a great told story. I never thought about the other thing you guys mentioned. But yeah, War of the Worlds has some really fun, awesome moments. But I'm leaning towards Last Samurai.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a tie to Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, first I'm surprised that Tom Cruise wasn't nominated for an Oscar for Last Samurai. But I'm gonna go War of the Worlds.
The Last Samurai came out the same year as Master and Commander, but I think The Last Samurai is better personally.
It's a better movie, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like
but for whatever reason, it always makes me laugh that when they spoof it. I think it's like Screaming with 3 or 4. They're like doing a spoof on it, and then Regina Hall's character's like, when they get sucked up by the alien. She's like, man, they got everyone in here. They got women, children, Chingy, and they have like Chingy, like the rapper Chingy, just sitting in the corner. He's like, word, or like doing something. It's like, what the
that's a time capsule. Remember Chingy?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Chingy. Yeah,
I remember. You remember?
Funny enough, no one from Master Commander got Best Actor either.
I like it when you do me
Oh
wrong.
my god!
So, I hated it when this popped up on the deal, but yeah, so we got a Mission Impossible match. We got Fallout versus Rogue Nation. So,
Wow,
right.
this is the discussion. Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, I got to go first because, when I was rewatching Mission Impossible movies, I rewatched Rogue Nation again, and I was like, God damn, I forgot how good this one is too. Like you always like forget, and you start watching it, and you're like, man, this movie's really good. And I was like, I forgot how good this movie is too. It's like shit. And then, but like Fallout's awesome also, and like they're all great. Yeah. And I joked with Jordan when we did our Dead Reckoning review. It's like, ask me which movie is my favorite Mission Impossible movie. I don't know, the one I just watched. You know, like and most recently, So, and that's kind of the situation. In this one, I think I'll slightly give it to Fallout because Henry Cavill fucking rules. So yeah. I'll give it to that.
Yeah. This one's kind of interesting. I just like Rogue Nation probably slightly better. I just like the stunt when he's hanging on the side of the airplane. I think that's really good. There's like like almost kind of funny, but I don't know if it's meant to be funny or not. Just the way Tom Cruise plays it when he's getting tortured at the beginning and he's getting beaten on, and he's just kind of hanging there at the beginning. And then I like at the end too when they almost try to kill Benji. It's like, don't kill Benji. He's like one of the best characters in this thing because they put the bomb in his mouth and like have someone doing the weird voice of the villain. But yeah, there's just some really good stuff. I like Fallout too. They're close, but I got to give it to Rogue Nation. Steven, what do you say?
So I rewatched Rogue Nation not that long ago, and before I rewatched Rogue Nation, I probably would have gone with Fallout, because when I first saw Rogue Nation when it first came out, I liked it, but I didn't love it. But then I rewatched it not that long ago. I'm like, actually, this might be one of my absolute favorite of the Mission Impossible movies. Even though I do love Fallout, it has some great fight scenes. But I mean, that bathroom scene is great.
Yeah.
And that the zero gravity is, skydive sequences also one of my favorites. But I think I gotta go with Rogue Nation.
All right.
And Rogue Nation also has where like Tom Cruise is holding his breath forever and like underwater. That whole scene, that's a great sequence. But Richie, what do you say?
Road Nation's really good, but I just think that Fallout just gets it to another level, and that says a lot of things. And Henry Cavill's really good, and Fallout's just an all time for me. But Rogue Nation, it's something about this like franchise, man. I think when it's all said and done, like Mission Impossible franchise might be one of the best franchises ever. I honestly believe that.
Like ever made. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it might take the title of the best action franchise ever made. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Probably
mean,
gonna
you
be
know,
good, yeah.
I don't know if we'll get Dead Reckoning on here, but that means really good as well. I just think it'll come together. Henry Cavill's really good. I love Rebecca Ferguson and Fallout just a bit more, but yeah, it's by a hair because Rogue Nation's really good, but I'll go Fallout.
All right.
Yeah. JPO, what do you say here?
Yeah, no, this is debate too. Yeah, these are great movies here. So much fun. Like I said, they really figured out how to like get to that next level. I'm leaning towards Fallout though. To me, the action sequences ring out a little bit more, and that's the one I'm leaning towards.
All right.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Mission Impossible Fallout, also filmed in New Zealand.
There you go.
all the scenes in Afghanistan were all filmed in New Zealand for whatever reason.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I like both of them, all the Mission Impossible movies, to different extents. But Fallout is currently my favorite one. So I'm gonna go Fallout.
Tough one, but
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right.
But I'm never
All right,
opposed to any movie being filmed in New Zealand because it's a beautiful place.
All right.
Yeah, go back there in October.
Cocktail
Nice.
and Magnolia. So we got maybe one of his worst versus one of his best because he got nominated for Oscar. So we'll see. And I think Cocktail might have been nominated for Razzies. So,
It was.
yeah. So there you go. Jordan.
Yeah. So I just watched Magnolia for the first time ever. Like there's some like weird stuff in it, but like it's still really, really good. Like fear the penis and tame the vagina. Or whatever. It's like,
He's
like him just being that
he's like an
character.
Andrew Tate incel before Andrew Tate was like a thing in that movie.
Yeah, right.
He's like a mix between like Jordan Belfort and like an Andrew Tate kind of guy in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like the ending's really weird, like frogs. I don't know what's going on, like having like a plague thing happening. But like probably my favorite stuff was probably around John C. Reilly's character. I actually really like that stuff. But
And rest in peace, Philip Baker Hall. He's great in Magnolia.
Oh yeah, he is great. As being the host of that
the game show host. Yeah.
That game show. Yeah, he's like really good. I've never seen Cocktail. Like it's just low on my list. It might be like once I watch every single other Tom Cruise movie ever made, then I'll finally watch Cocktail. So I'll go with Magnolia. But Steven?
Yeah, Cocktail was one of those movies that I wouldn't have bothered watching, trying to find, just because I never thought I would have for Rankum, just because I never thought it would be. But then again, I've never heard great things about Far and Away, and I was surprised when that movie was brought up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was.
So I haven't seen Cocktail, and I love Magnolia. It too, I believe, was in my top 128. It's my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie. So Magnolia.
Yeah, it's actually one of like 3 PTA movies I actually like. I don't really like.
You're slowly coming around to PTA, Jordan. We'll turn you eventually.
Slowly. I'm slowly.
One movie by movie, we're getting you there.
I've already said there's only one of his movies I don't like.
Maybe
Inherent
I don't know if I
Vice
get
is
to
the
the
fucking
master.
worst.
I ever liked
Inherent
that movie,
Vice
but
is the worst.
I haven't seen
That's the
Inherent
worst.
Vice.
Oh God, that's the worst.
Yeah,
I
that
dare you
movie's
to try
bad.
to get through that movie in one sitting.
I
That
can't.
movie is horrendous.
I was
Ugh.
I was just
Yeah.
not a fan of Phantom Thread.
I like his performance. I think he's a fucking savage in that movie with his insults. He's kind of funny, but yeah, but no. And Hair Vice is the worst. I dare you, Steven. Go ahead.
I still need to finish There Will Be Blood. I've only seen the first 10 minutes of it, so I got to finish that.
Yeah.
But
Richie?
anyways, Richie.
Yeah, Magnolia's a better movie. Cocktail is only like memorable for me because it's also got Australian acting legend Brian Brown in it as the elder, the sort of bartender, who's also in, he's been in other American movies like Gorillas in the Mist and a few other things. You'd reckon he was in that. There's a movie called FX with Brian Dennehy. And then he did a sequel as well.
Come on, he's in Gods of Egypt.
He's in Gods of Egypt as well. But yeah, like he's his American. Yeah, he should be more bigger in America than he is. But yeah, he's a legend here. Like he's in everything in here in Australia. But yeah.
Oh yeah, the FX guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the name of the day. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, he's in everything. He's in. He did Peter Rabbit recently. I guess that's a more recent American thing he did. But yeah, he's really good. But yeah, this movie is not wonderful. It's probably more of a punchline. Yeah, Magnolia. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but it's arguably is one of his better performances. So yeah, Magnolia quite easily.
Yeah, GPO. What do you got?
Yeah, gotta talk about gotta vote for the movie where he just talks about his dick for the first few minutes. So yeah, Magnolia.
yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cocktail enough, but I really love Magnolia. I think it's a great movie, so Magnolia.
Yeah, I just came to Magnolia for the first time like a year ago, and I really liked it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna rewatch it. Yeah, no, I got it. But yeah, Tom Cruise is awesome in that movie. Yeah, like I said, it's a very unique performance for his. He's really good, and yeah, he deserved his Oscar nomination for it. So yeah, I'll say Magnolia. Yeah.
You think the best thing to come out of Cocktail is when they had Ben Stiller do the MTV spoof, and he's like trying to do the bartending stuff and just breaking bottles and going nuts, like I'm in a bar. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Steven, Forrest Gump and Oblivion.
I love Oblivion, but obviously it's got to be Forrest Gump.
Okay.
But you know what? Actually, because I know where this is going, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna give a pity vote for Oblivion.
Okay.
Sure. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I thought Oblivion was okay. I remember it coming around the same time as that stupid Johnny Depp movie, Transcendence. It's definitely better than that movie.
Yeah.
In that sort of sci-fi realm, the Transcendence is like laughably bad. It should be like, I don't know if they did a How Did This Get Made movie, but it's that tier of movie. But yeah, Oblivion's pretty. I need to rewatch it. I don't think I totally got it, but like yeah, I liked aspects of it. Forrest Gump though, it's just classic. It's the reason people keep talking about it today. It's really good. Still watchable. So Forrest Gump quite easily.
Yeah. JPO, what you got here?
I don't mind Oblivion. I feel like it gets too much shit on it because I think there's some cool parts about it, like some of the filming techniques. But Forrest Gump is a great trip movie with I think Hanks is perfect in it. I think this is a role that could be maybe misconstrued or misplayed. I think Hanks doesn't have a false note though, so I'm gonna go Forrest Gump.
Malcolm, you say?
Yeah, Oblivion's actually based on an unfinished graphic novel that Joseph Kosinski wrote. He'd started to write this novel and he just unfinished it. He used things like, it's just a stage for the film development. It's like, but yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I always got Oblivion and Elysium confused.
They did come out the same year.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I've at this stage I think I've seen both of them. I just don't remember much about either of them. So I'm going to go Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'm an Oblivion defender as well. I think that movie's better than people kind of give it credit for. The score of that movie is awesome. Really good kind of sci-fi score. But yeah, Forrest Gump, I had it on video, watched it 100 times. I mean, it was on TNT every Sunday, along with, Shawshank and and Jaws. So watched a lot on there too. But yeah, it's classics.
Keeping the lights on over there. Yeah.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah. Yeah. So Oblivion has a 54% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes. But Transcendence 19. So yeah, Oblivion's far better than
Transcendence is terrible. Oblivion's a way better movie.
Transcendence is
Yeah.
like one of the
Oh
worst
my
movies
God.
I've seen. Transcendence is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Bad. Yeah, so you're right. Like Oblivion's like certainly better than that. But yeah, and I like Oblivion. I think that it's fun, but yeah, it's no Forrest Gump though. Like it's like Forrest Gump is just like got so many aspects of like that's great about a person's life. You got the love story. You got like when he goes to school and plays sports, and then he goes to war, and then like what he does after retirement, and like when he has a kid and all that stuff. So yeah, it's got to be Forrest Gump.
Somebody needs to do a side by side of Tom Hanks's best running from Forrest Gump against Tom Cruise's best running in the Mission Impossible movies, because he does.
Yeah, well, I was gonna do that, but
sprinting and stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna originally do a side by side for the thumbnail for this, but then I found these other graphics. I'm like, oh, I'm going with those. So yeah.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood versus Catch Me If You Can. Richie.
Ooh,
Yeah, I still haven't seen Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It looks charming. Being like us, not from America, like Mr. Rogers wasn't really as big of a cultural sort of icon like he is in like over there. But he seemed like a very interesting dude, and I wouldn't mind getting. Delving into that world. Have you seen
the documentary? The Won't You Be My Neighbor?
I need to watch that too. But yeah,
I would say watch the documentary first. You can get familiar with them.
Yeah,
the movie might be better. Yeah, but it's really
good.
Yeah.
But Catch Me If You Can is really good. I really dig it. I think we've said this before. It feels like a Scorsese movie, but it's a Spielberg. It does. But yeah. I really enjoy it. So yeah, and good early performances like from Amy Adams here as well. I really dig it. It's a great sort of cat and mouse sort of movie, and it still holds up. But so yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, JPO, what do you got here?
Yeah, I do recommend The Beautiful Day with Tom Hanks. I think it's a good flick. I think the documentary actually hit me even harder though on the feels. But I definitely got to go with Catch Me If You Can here. This is one of my favorite Hanks, DiCaprio, Spielberg. Like I just love this movie so much, man. I love the cat and mouse, and I think everyone's giving such a stellar performance here. To me, it was one of the first times I was like, oh Jesus Christ, this is DiCaprio kid's next level. So I'm gonna go Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Malcolm, what are you going for?
Yeah, I mean, like I think A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is really good. Like once again, like just like Richie, like Mr. Rogers wasn't really a big thing. I think the one person that was comparatively the big icon for us is probably Jason Gunn. Is probably the one that
I do know who that is. Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean he's probably the comparison. Like
he had a puppet called Thingy, and look Google.
So he played with this Thingy a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was this thing? Yeah, probably in front of children too. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, not going to stay on this for too long.
Sure.
But yeah,
hey, he's the one who did it, not me. I mean, that's on him.
Yeah.
But but anyway, like Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is pretty good. But Catch Me If You Can, I really love it. It's in my top 128 for a reason. So Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah. Yeah. So, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood,
That's okay.
like it.
I'll
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Austin, you can go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say say. I kind of like the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, a little more than the movie A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. So for that reason, I'll probably go Catch Me If You Can. And yeah, it's really good. So now you can go, Jordan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It was a big surprise because it's not really like a full on like Mr. Rogers story. It's like about the reporter's relation or like what on the like journey that he goes through after meeting and like having to do like like write an article about Mr. Rogers and but I actually really liked that they kind of did something different because we got the documentary that was really cool. I would have been fine if they would have done a straight up Mr. Rogers story also, but they went a different way and I was still cool with it. But I mean, Catch Me If You Can, yeah, that movie is like one of my favorite Spielberg movies. Like it's just like that good, and it probably has one of the most unique scores from John Williams. He's doing something a lot different than what he normally does, and it's really cool. And yeah, just the whole DiCaprio, Frank Abagnale, all that stuff. It's just like crazy that it's like based on a true story. So yeah, I'll go Catch Me If You Can.
All right.
Steven.
Oh, Steven, sorry.
Oh, you yeah.
My bad. Sorry. I can't pull it back, but give it to you, Steven. Good. My bad.
Oh, I was Catch Me If You Can. I haven't seen A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, but I want to because I remember when news first came out that Tom Hanks is playing Fred Rogers. Like that just screams perfect casting.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
Totally. All right, we got The Polar Express and The Color of Money. JPO.
Polar Express, I think, has some scary animations, not in a good way. So I'm gonna go The Color of Money.
Yeah.
More my own steps.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that. Malcolm.
I saw The Color of Money for the first time when we did rank him last week. I put it off a long time because for a long time I thought I need to see The Hustler first, but Austin said to me that I could probably watch Color of Money without really needing to know The Hustler first.
Mm-hmm.
But Polar Express is fine-ish, kinda. But I'm gonna go Color of Money. It's definitely better.
Fine-ish. You sound very enthusiastic there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Just as that's how I sound if someone asked me if I want to see The Polar Express. Fine-ish, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. But Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, Polar Express is kind of nightmare-inducing. That like early 2000s style that they did. Obviously, the animation has gotten better. But yeah, Color of Money is all right. I kind of prefer The Hustler over The Color of Money, even though Color of Money is a Scorsese movie. But everybody's good in it. Cruz is good in it. Newman's good. So I'll still go with it for now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The Polar Express. Yeah, it's nightmare-inducing, and some of my family members are obsessed with this movie. They it's like one of the like must watches every Christmas. And I'm just kind of like no, I've seen it once, and that's enough for me. I don't really need to see it again. Even the songs don't really like blow me away, except for the one that the little girl sings. I like that one. I can't remember the name of it, but like When Christmas Comes, it's something like that. But The Color of Money, I have not seen. I've seen The Hustler. The Hustler's good, but I haven't seen it. But even so, I'm not a big Polar Express fan. I love the book. The book is like really cool. Like I grew up like that's one of the big books that my parents read to us when we were growing up. So maybe that's why some of my family members kind of gravitate towards it. But I'll go with The Color of Money, even though I haven't seen it. So yeah, Steven.
Yeah, but the book is like kind of short. They have to like But
good book for like really little kids. You want to read them a bedtime story. It's like
I read that book when I was a little kid. I liked that book. The Color of Money is a big blind spot for me for both Newman, Cruz, and Scorsese. I personally love The Polar Express. I thought it was great. And of the 3 animated movies that Robert Zemeckis did back then, I thought it was by far the better of the three because I did not like his version of A Christmas Carol at all.
Oh yeah, that one's like almost more nightmare inducing.
Beowulf was fine, but I think The Polar Express is easily the best of the three.
Yeah. Well, Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, it's actually both these movies are blind spots for me actually. And but I'm more likely to watch a Scorsese film over. Well, I've seen clips here and there of Polar Express, and yeah, they look like nightmare fuel. So I'll go Color of Money.
God, I guess I'm the only one that thinks the Polar Express is actually like the animation that is like was fantastic.
It's the dead eyes. Dead
Yeah.
eyes.
I think I felt the same way though about you guys probably don't like, and I felt the same way about Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
I don't like that movie either.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no,
that I
yeah.
thought that movie was visually stunning as well.
Yeah, though they also have dead eyes in that movie as well. Like, I agree.
Yeah, and honestly, I think the animation style works well for the Christmas Carol because that story itself can be very nightmare inducing on its own. Like it's
Yeah, right.
Oh, this
All
is
right.
one of the toughest matches.
Yeah, Captain Phillips and Born on the 4th of July. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, I like Born on the 4th of July. I'm just not over the moon about it. But yeah, Tom Hanks should have been nominated for Captain Phillips. And like his performance in this is just really good, and movie is just as good. So I'm going to go Captain Phillips.
I think he should have been nominated for Born on the 4th of July, honestly. But Austin, what do you say?
Yeah,
He was nominated.
yeah, he was nominated.
Oh, it was okay. Well, then
Yeah, he just
there you
didn't
go.
win. He didn't win. No, yeah, it's a really great performance. I'm just not a giant like Oliver Stone fan. Like I don't love a lot of like Oliver Stone movies. He's just kind of, I don't know, his style just doesn't mesh well. Even stuff like JFK, like it's all right. I never loved Platoon. Things like that. So I'll go Captain Phillips. I just like it more as a movie. But I do think Tom Cruise is good in Born on the 4th of July. So I'm voting for Captain Phillips.
Also, Tom Berenger is in Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Got another Tom in there. Yeah, like Oliver Stone, his movies are like kind of hit and miss for me. Like there's some that are good and some that aren't. Like Wall Street's pretty good. I like Platoon, and I'm okay on JFK. So, and yeah, but Born on the 4th of July, I just watched it recently, like literally right before the Rinkum 2 weeks back, and that movie's really really good, but at the same time it does drag for me. Like I wish that they would spend more time in certain parts, like in the war scenes and in like stuff when he's younger and that kind of stuff. It's all the after stuff that like everybody loves, but it didn't like just kind of like dragged a little bit for me. It's still good, but it just kind of is a little slower for me. But and then Captain Phillips, yeah, this one is tough because like I really like it, but the scene that just gets me like near the end when he just breaks down after like the weight of everything that just happened to him, and like everything is really sinking in, and he finally breaks down. And, like I didn't expect that scene. I was like, whoa, this is like Tom Hanks giving us like something extra here, like that like I don't know. I mean, like if that really happened in real life or what, maybe it did. I don't know, or if they just added that in there. But so it's tough. I'll give it. Oh man, probably Captain Phillips, but it's close. Yeah, Steven?
I think Born on the 4th of July is up there with JFK and Platoon as among Oliver Stone's very best. But Captain Phillips, I mean, both of these movies, like for both Toms, are among like their best performances. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give the slight edge to Born on the 4th of July, but Captain Phillips is fantastic as well.
Richie.
Yeah.
Born on the
Richie.
Born on the 4th of July is a blind spot, so I'll go Captain Phillips because it's really good.
Hey Richie, we might have a mutual
Yeah.
hatred for one Oliver Stone movie. Do you remember that movie Savages? I hate that movie.
Is that with
Oh, yeah.
is that with John Travolta and Blake
John Travolta
Lively?
and
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson and Taylor Kitsch. Yeah, that's a really bad
Taylor
movie.
Kitsch.
That's not a good movie. No.
I don't
Yeah.
think I didn't like it that much, but I don't think it's a terrible movie.
It's a terribly made movie, horribly edited movie.
I think that it's
You know-
okay. I just thought John Travolta was really bad in it. He was the worst.
I
part.
personally hated, although it's been so many years since I've seen it, I personally hated Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Natural Born Killers. Yeah.
Yeah, but
JPO?
JPO, what do you say about Captain Phillips and Born on the 4th of July?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like you said before, man. That last scene with Hanks and Captain Phillips really kills you. It's very human because he's pretty stoic throughout most of it, and it just really shows like the horror that he just went through. I think he absolutely kills it in the last moment. I thought he got snubbed for an Oscar nomination that year based on that performance.
Yeah.
So I'll just lean more towards that. So when I've seen a little bit more, so Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
All right, almost there. Got Top Gun Maverick versus Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
damn
That's
it.
the most recent
Oh
movies.
no, the most
That's how
recent
they came.
ones. What
That's
the-
how they came up in the wheel. Sorry, everybody. That's random. So my apologies. Yeah, I have to go first. This sucks for me because I love Dead Reckoning. I had a great time with it. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah, as of right now, it's in my top 10, but Maverick was number 1 last year, so I'll go Maverick.
Yeah, these are both ones that made my top 10 for each of the years that they were out. Well, so far for Dead Reckoning, we'll see. But man, yeah, we got these like crazy matchups here, like right near the end of this side. I think just because a little more fresh in my mind, it could be recency bias, but I'll go Dead Reckoning Part 1. But I mean, ask me tomorrow and I could flip flop. So yeah, I'll go that. But Steven, what do you say?
I'll go with Dead Reckoning Part 1, despite the fact that it continues this annoying trend that seems to be going with movies of not telling a complete story in one movie and ending practically with it to be continued. Although I will say, at least it's not as bad as Fast 10's ending.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one gets that's kind of bad.
To be fair,
Yeah,
all those
but-
movies weren't supposed to come out within like a month of each other. A lot of them got delayed, and then all just happened to come out at the same time. To be fair, they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I really loved Dead Reckoning. I thought it was really good. I thought I like the new additions to Haley Atwell. I like was it Palm Cledoff that Mantis
stuff. Yeah.
Mantis from Lighting Guns. Again, I don't want
Yeah.
to go on this like cosmetic train, but fuck, she's hot in this movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
she freaking killed it in that movie. She's very like menacing. Yeah.
but yeah, I guess just and like it like Dead Reckoning is on my top at the moment as well. But like and I guess just because we've got a Mission Impossible and it's not quite there as far as Fallout goes because I need time to ruminate on it, and we haven't got Top Gun on there, so I'll go Top Gun Maverick. But like I don't mind if Dead Reckoning makes it because I love that movie a lot. So yeah, but I'll go Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. JPO, what do you say?
Yeah, this is a good one here. As much as I had a lot of fun with Dead Reckoning, it's also in my 10 at the moment. I think Maverick just hit it on every level here, man. So yeah, I gotta lean towards Maverick. Maybe that is partly because of like Steven said. I feel like this is half a story here. So yeah, unfortunately that does hold it back a little bit for me as well. But I also think in general Maverick I like more.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones that I don't mind if movies decide to do a 2-part thing if they feel like the storyline they've got is too much for one movie. I haven't seen Dead Reckoning yet, so I don't really know if that is a like 1/2 movie that works as a 1/2. But I'm gonna go Top Gun Maverick.
All right. Top
Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
There you go.
Turner and Hooch and MI2.
Oh my god.
I mean, we
Okay.
can speed this up. Anyone going Mission Impossible 2?
I will over Turner and Hooch. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
I
think you know how much.
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's
I
slam
don't
dunk,
either
yeah.
one. I don't know where this is going
Funny
to go.
enough, it's
honestly.
actually close for me.
I don't know where this was going to go. Let's go around because this might be the one where I have no idea where this was going to go. George.
Yeah. This one's close for me, man. Because like I'm not saying that I love Turner and Hooch or anything, but at the same time, like I did it for an episode of Blind Spots back in the day when we had that show, and I just put it to a vote of movies that, like, here's some blind spots I haven't seen, and the community voted Turner and Hooch that I should review, so I did it because I used to do that back then. And the movie's good because I just like the dog has like so much character and so much, like, I don't know, like it's just destroying Tom Hanks' house, and Tom Hanks is like a clean freak that likes everything a certain way and everything really organized, and the dog just tears it to shreds. But at the end of the day, though, you're getting kind of more like almost like a Beethoven vibe with like a bit of a crime twist to it, sort of. But
it reminds me of K9. You know that movie K9?
Yeah.
Jim Belushi?
Yeah. So I think actually I'll give it to Mission Impossible 2 because it might not be a great Mission Impossible movie, but it's a great just action movie. It does have one. Well, actually, the car chase is really good, and I like when they have to drop down into that building through the vents and like where they time it right and all that, like in the skyscraper. So I'll go MI2. Yeah. Steven, what do you say?
So I've never seen Turner and Hooch, but I did see Top Dog with Chuck Norris and a dog.
There was a lot of shitty like cop dog movies around this time. This guy
Forgot about that.
Dog.
Yeah.
But I definitely I actually love Mission Impossible 2. I think it's a really fun action movie. The last half hour of the movie I think is awesome. I think Dougray Scott is actually a pretty cool villain. And I like Tandy Newton in this a lot. We don't get to see too much of him, but even Anthony Hopkins I think is fun as I was always hoping that they'd bring him back eventually, but they never did. So yeah, I love Mission Impossible 2. I'm going with Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, like I was just looking up like cop and dog movies. There's a movie called Cop and Dog and that's actually the name of a movie. So yeah, but like none of them look good. They all look bad. So, but Richie.
Yeah, we're literally going to live in a universe here where the first Mission Impossible doesn't go through, the Rogue Nation doesn't go through, the second Mission Impossible. Right?
Yeah, right.
It's all about the randomizer and
That's right.
Weird.
Yeah, it'll do it.
Yeah, because in that sense, yeah, Turner Hooch is fine. It's all right. Certainly better than the TV show they started to do, which lasted a few episodes.
Oh yeah, right. The one with like Josh Peck or whatever. Yeah. They've tried to do the trend of, hey, aren't dogs chaotic? You know, like that. You know, remember that David Arquette movie, See Spot Run? That was.
I try to forget that movie.
That movie is. But yeah, and then it gives me anxiety now that I'm in the process. Like like eventually I'll get a new dog. I don't want a dog that chaotic. Don't put that idea in my head. But it's all right. Turner Hooch is fine for what it was. But yeah, I guess MI2 is a decent movie. It's just not a great Mission Impossible movie, and it's got I'll vote MI2 because it's got a banger soundtrack. I like take a look around.
Biscuit song rules. Yeah.
That Biscuit song rules.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
One of my most embarrassing moments is me like karaokeing that in like the guest room with my mom watching me. Like, leave me alone, Mom. I'm singing the Biscuit.
I know why you want to hate me. Just hate me.
Yeah.
I say late. JPO, is that why you're voting for MI2?
It almost makes me want to change my vote because I'm going with Turner and Hooch. I'm slightly more attached to that man and his fucking dog than I was in this sequel here. That is my least favorite of the franchise. I don't hate it, but it's easily my least favorite. So Turner and Hooch. Hooch is crazy.
That about these dog movies, it's like the dog's gonna die, so like it's not for like almost anyone, especially not for like pet lovers. I mean, about just look up any dog movie, the dog's gonna bite the dust in like almost every.
I don't think the dog dies in the Chuck Norris movie.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good. That like one can actually
Beethoven
survive.
doesn't die in Beethoven. I mean,
yeah, true.
You didn't see the cut I saw.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah,
maybe, but then they wouldn't have made those 7 sequels or whatever. So,
I don't think Airbud doesn't die in Airbud.
Yeah.
Well, you think he's almost gonna die, and then
that
he
dog, David Arquette and Spot, they live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, I like Mission Impossible 2 enough, but I think Turner and the Hooch is the better movie personally. And I mean, I also did like the sequel TV show that it did last the whole season. You just can't watch it anymore because Disney took it off Disney Plus.
That's weird. Why?
But yeah, I thought it would have been funnier if Jordan, when had doing this, took to pick up the one post, because the post of the TV show looks they did it very similar looking to that movie poster.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Josh Peck being at the top, you would could easily confuse it.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm gonna go Turner and Hooch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why Disney Plus keeps taking things off their platform. Like took off the Willow series. I heard it was bad, but like I was just curious to like check it out. But I guess it's so bad that they thought, well, we don't want anyone to watch this.
It's so they don't have to pay. I mean, partially so they don't have to pay residuals and whatnot. And but I think also tax reasons or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but.
I mean, it'd be fine it'd be fine if you could buy them on DVD. But even though me and Richie won't be able to probably buy Disney on DVD.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the last DVD Disney's releasing in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, fucking Disney.
Really weird.
I'm gonna subscribe to Netflix DVDs tonight. Last month, guys. Netflix DVDs.
Oh Jesus!
I gotta be if you voted like biggest villains of 2023, Disney'd be up there.
Disney. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's for my job, I found an insider thing about Target, because I do a lot of jobs there. They ended their partnership with Disney there also. You'll see classic Disney, but nothing new as of about like 2 years ago. There'll be nothing new from Disney at Target sold there. So it's weird.
Well, I mean, technically the biggest villains will be all the big studios at the moment.
Oh, yeah, right.
I was gonna say, yeah, all of
I'm just saying the one that's making the worst decisions is Disney, but yes, all the studios.
As Malcolm would say, anyway, I'm voting for MI2. And getting back to the subject at hand.
The reason I thought you went first, so I'm like, why haven't you moved it over yet?
No, it's because Turner and Hooch, from the director of Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, and also a movie that I swear came up on one of our tournament fight episodes that either Richie or JPO brought up for movies that never been on tournament fights. Did one of you guys bring up a movie called A Street Cat Named Bob?
But I've heard
that was Malcolm. That was Malcolm.
Well, I mean, I didn't bring it up for that. It would have been on my 128.
Oh, okay. I was like, somebody had it on the show. I swear it looked familiar, but the guy who did Turner Hooch did A Street Cat Named Bob. Anyways, okay, interesting. Well, regardless, we're almost there. Bridge of Spies, Interview with the Vampire. We'll get through these last 2 or 3 real quick. Steven?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah. Richie?
Yeah.
Interview with the Vampire, Bridge of Spies is very boring, and I follow your love. I don't really get the love of Matt Ryland. He's boring in this movie, and it's I don't understand. One of the Coen brothers wrote this movie. I don't understand because they usually write good movies, man. this movie's not great. It's sleep inducing. So yes,
this is a movie where I will agree with Jordan. There's a lot of people talking in rooms in this movie, but this movie's boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
JP.
Please make it interesting, like if you're gonna talk in a room forever. But yeah.
Well,
but
now I feel bullied when I vote for Bridge of Spies. Everyone just shat on it. I'm not a gothic vampire guy, so I'm gonna go Bridge of Spies. All these gothic vampires bore me.
yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Bridge of Spies. I do like it, but I think Interview with the Vampire is the better movie. So Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I watched both these fairly close to each other. Yeah, Bridge of Spies didn't do a lot for me. Just made me remind me how much I'm pissed off that Sylvester Stallone didn't win the Oscar. And then Interview with the Vampire was a good time. It's kind of wacky and fun, and it's all right. So I'll say Interview with the Vampire. Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw Interview with the Vampire not too long ago, maybe like a couple months back, and I actually was surprised by how much I actually liked it. Like I thought it was really good. I also saw Bram Stoker's Dracula recently, and I didn't really like that movie all that much, but I really liked the Interview with the Vampire. I really liked like Tom Cruise essentially kind of playing the villain role in it, and Brad Pitt's character is cool. Kristen Dunst, and then even Christian Slater being the guy that's like doing the interviewing. It is pretty fun, and Bridge of Spies is just boring. Like I didn't say much when I worked at a movie theater when this movie played, and I saw pretty much everything, and I would not go see Bridge of Spies. It just because I went in and out enough to clean the theaters, and I saw bits and pieces. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna bore me to tears. No thanks. So yeah, Interview with the Vampire.
Side note: when you look up Interview with the Vampire, Stephen went first. When you look up Interview with the Vampire on IMDb, it says Interview with the Vampire: The Vampire Chronicles. Those are unnecessary words. You don't need to add more words to the title. That's dumb.
Well, yeah,
weird.
Stop
Stop adding unnecessary words after the fact of titles. You don't need that. That's stupid. It's like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's not necessary. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. But
I just haven't seen Bridge of Spies. It's a blind spot for me.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a letdown this was.
Yeah, this side of the bracket is not that exciting. Legend in the post, Richie.
Oh wow, okay. Legend is an old, obviously one of the first Tom Cruise movies. It's not wonderful. You get guilty pleasures out of it. The post is sort of these kind of more recent-ish Spielberg movies that he does. I prefer his blockbusters. I guess there's enough interest in that. I don't know. I'll go the post. Why not?
Yeah. GPO.
Yeah, I lean more towards the post here. I think that this one definitely has its moments. Again, a little bit more of a slower burn movie. I can see, like, again, kind of like the last one with Hank's Bridge of Spies, was kind of forgotten about. But there's some good stuff in here, so I want to say the post.
Yeah, Malcolm.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I kind of agree with Brian in the chat. I'm surprised you didn't put a man called Otto over a different one of the Hanks ones.
Well, I suggested it to Austin, but he didn't want to mess with the bracket last minute. So I was like,
I mean, nobody brought it up when I sent it to everybody, and then okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you.
And then Jordan, an hour before the show, was like, "What about Man from Otto?" I was like, "I've sent you this list 3 times already, and you never said a word, and you haven't even seen it, and neither have I." So okay.
Well, I've never seen it, but I figured somebody's going to bring it up, and also Brian, of course, messaged me about it. Like, I hope a man named Otto makes it far. Oh, I don't think it's here. So.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think you sent the list to me because I don't think I asked for it. But that aside, I do like the post enough. But I watched The Legend for the first time, either this year or last year, because it's family on Disney Plus over here. But I think Legend is an interesting movie. I'm going to go Legend.
Yeah, Austin.
I'll go Legend just for Jim Carrey and the makeup. It's good stuff. That's all I got.
Okay, yeah. So I watched Legend for the first time too, just for on the ranking we did a couple weeks back, and yeah, I actually really liked it. I thought that the makeup was excellent, and then I didn't realize it was a Ridley Scott movie, but which is cool. And then Tim Curry, he's great in it. I kind of like the main chick, I think her name's Mia Sarah. But then I didn't love everything because a lot of them just running around with unicorns doing like weird stuff with them. But I mean, I did like it way better. Well, actually, I've never seen the Post, so I'd vote for it way over that because the Post looks boring, even more boring than Bridge of Spies to me. So I'm not won't be watching that for a while. So I'll go Legend.
Yeah. Also, I didn't realize that until I looked it up. Mia Sarah was Sloane and First You'll Stay Off.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah, but Steven, what do you say?
Well, I haven't seen Legend, but I love The Post, so I'll go with The Post.
Yeah, there's certain defenders of the Post. We had what's his name from the movie guys that really loved the Paul Preston. He was kind of high on The Post too.
Man, I hate that I have to waste my tiebreaker on this bracket. That's so stupid. Yuck. On this bracket,
that's a tie.
All right, yeah. Whatever. Okay, anyways, it was a weak bracket in the last couple of movies.
Yeah.
All right, now we can speed it up. Super speed round time. Let's get it done. And so Daddy can go to bed because I got to wake up in 3 hours. All right, so
yeah, we'll go fast.
Going. Yeah. All right. Okay, Philadelphia and Elvis. JPO.
Philadelphia.
Okay. Malcolm.
Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm gonna go Elvis. Jordan.
And I'll go Elvis.
Okay.
I'm Steven.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Richie.
Elvis.
Richie.
All right. Tie to Jordan.
I'm gonna put through Elvis.
Okay, Elvis.
Yeah.
All right. Castaway and Collateral. Malcolm.
Collateral.
Yeah, I'll go Collateral.
It's close, but I guess I'll go Collateral. Yeah. Steven?
Castaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Collateral.
And
GPU.
Castaway this time.
All right. Well, it was close, Steven, but sorry. We'll see how
Castaway got cast away, so we'll go Collateral.
Yeah. All right. Terminal and Toy Story 2. I'll go Toy Story 2.
Yep, I'll go Toy Story 2. Steven?
Terminal.
Richie?
Toy Story 2.
JPO?
Terminal.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Terminal is a Margot Robbie movie. I'm going to go vote for The Terminal.
Yeah. True.
Okay. So surprisingly a tie to Steven.
I'll keep Terminal.
Oh,
My
wow.
God.
I was gonna say that I remember Margot Robbie being in this movie with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like was that one of her really, really early roles? Yeah.
Yeah, I was
right.
actually in between her, later. Yeah. Even the terminal, anyway.
Yeah. Jordan, MI3, and A League of Their Own.
You know what? I'll go A League of Their Own. Steven.
This is tough. MI3, but I don't mind either one going through.
Yeah. Richie.
Same as Steven. Don't mind either going through, but MI3.
Yeah. JPO.
I'm gonna go League of Their Own.
Yeah. Malcolm. It's tough.
A League of Their Own.
And I'll go MI3. So it's a tie to Richie.
MI3.
MI3.
Ooh,
Okay.
all right.
Close one.
But-
I don't like close ones.
But shout out Gina Davis. I've gone back to watch a lot of her movies. She was a hottie, one of my crushes back in the day. So.
I love The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
Also, I will
Yeah.
say, what is it with Tom Hanks movies getting TV show. Richie cancelled our first season, but legally owned it also had a TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know that.
Stephen Sully and Eyes Wide Shut.
Ooh, another tough one, but I think I'll go with Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
Richie.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yep. JPO.
I'm gonna say Sully.
Yeah. Malcolm.
I'm also going to go Sully.
Eyes Wide Shut
Austin.
for me. Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, and I've never seen Sully yet, so I'll say Eyes Wide Shut.
All right. Eyes Wide Shut. 16. That Thing You Do and Minority Report. Richie.
Oh my god. Here's what I'm saying here.
Jeez.
The Thing You Do.
Okay.
JPO.
Minority Report.
Malcolm.
That Thing You Do.
Man, this one's
Austin.
really tough. I'll actually go with the one I've seen more overall because I just saw That Thing You Do for the first time. I'll go Minority Report.
Yeah, this one's tough, but I think I'll go That Thing You Do.
All right.
Steven, right? Or do you go first?
No.
Okay.
I haven't gone yet. No.
Okay.
That Thing You Do is my favorite soundtrack, but I gotta go with Minority Report.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another tie. We're gonna have a lot of ties going to this one. It's gonna be tough. But
Yeah.
JPO, you got the tie on this one. So
Minority Report.
hey, Steven, it made it. It's
Yeah,
still
there
in.
you go.
It's still
I
in.
know. I'm sad to lose That Thing You Do, though.
Well, it's gotta win one more to get into the poll, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's almost there. We'll see. Ghost Protocol and American Made, Cruise and Cruise, JPO.
Ghost Protocol.
Okay, Malcolm.
American Made.
I love
Austin.
American Made, but Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, it's got to be Ghost Protocol. Steven?
Ghost Protocol, because I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol.
Okay, Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
All right. Jack Reacher 2 and Saving Private Ryan.
I think this is one we could probably skip.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
we just-
Malcolm might be the only one who doesn't vote for Saving Private Ryan, but other than that, is anybody else not voting for Saving Private Ryan?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote
all
for Saving
we'll skip that one.
Also,
All
for the record, I would have voted the same for Ryan. Just
I'm just saying.
I'm not
you
that
said
high on-
You said you didn't love Saving Private Ryan. I didn't know.
yeah, but I'm also not that high on Jack Reacher. Never go back. So.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, Hanks and Hanks, Mr. Banks, and Big. Malcolm.
Oh, fudge. These are
Um,
getting hard.
Yeah.
Oh fudge! Although I didn't say fudge.
Yeah. All right. Oh, shit. Say that.
See, BF dash dash dash.
As much as I hate to lose this movie, I'm going to go save Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, save Mr.
Austin.
Banks. Yeah, save Mr. Banks for me.
I gotta give some love to Big. Like it's just like a lot of nostalgia for me on that movie. So, Steven?
Big.
All right.
Richie.
G. Willikers is a toughie. Saving Mr. Banks.
Okay. All right, JPO.
JPO.
Agreed. Saving Mr. Banks.
All right, that's a tough
For a second
one.
there, for a second there, I thought it was going to be another
Yeah.
tie.
Yeah, no, we've had a lot of
Yeah.
ties. I'm sure it won't be the last one, Steven. We're gonna have a few more.
Yeah.
Feed the Men and Edge of Tomorrow. That's another tough one.
Oh, yeah. What the heck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a tough tournament. There's a lot of bangers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Edge of Tomorrow, Jordan.
Yeah. It's close, but Edge of Tomorrow. Steven.
A Few Good Men.
Richie.
Edge of Tomorrow.
JPO.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Malcolm.
As much as I like Few Good Men, I've got to go Edge of Tomorrow.
All
Yeah.
right, Edge of Tomorrow. Scoot ahead.
We can't handle the truth, so
All right.
it'll be Edge of
Toy
Tomorrow.
Story 3.
Oh my god.
War of the Worlds. Jordan.
This one's slightly easier. Toy Story 3.
Okay.
Steven.
Toy Story 3.
Richie.
Yeah, I love War of the Worlds, but Toy Story 3.
Yeah. JPO.
Toy Story 3.
And Malcolm.
I know where this is going to. War of the Worlds.
Sure.
Yeah, I might have
Austin.
defended War of the Worlds, but Toy Story 3 is going on anyways. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Fallout and Magnolia. Steven.
Magnolia.
Okay.
Richie.
Fallout.
GPO.
All right. Ooh, Fallout.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Magnolia.
Yeah. Austin.
You gotta go Fallout.
Yep, and I'll go Fallout.
All right, Fallout. And then we got Forrest Gump and Catch Me If You Can. So
Oh man.
Spielberg versus Zemeckis.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Richie.
Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
JPO, if you're there.
Ah, shit. I'm here. Yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
Yep. Malcolm.
Catch Me If You Can.
Forrest Gump.
Austin.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, this one is like a coin flip for me, but I think Forrest Gump slightly. But Steven.
Forrest Gump.
All right, tie to Malcolm.
Catch Me If You Can.
Wow, maybe a bit of an upset. Forrest Gump not in the poll. That's another tough one.
I'm not mad about it though.
All right, Color of Money and Captain Phillips. JPO.
Captain Phillips.
Okay.
Yep. Malcolm.
Captain Phillips.
Austin.
Yeah, I'll go Captain Phillips.
I'll also go Captain Phillips. Steven.
Captain Phillips.
Richie.
Yeah, Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips. All right.
Yeah.
Is
And
that
one
the
other-
first sweep?
Yeah, first sweep we've had in a
In
while.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some sweeps tonight, but it's the first one in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Maverick and MI2.
Oh. It's very
I
easy,
mean,
but
This might be easy, but just as a formality, Malcolm.
Top Gun Maverick.
yep.
Yeah, Maverick. But
Awesome.
Maverick by
Yep.
a mile. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Top Gun Maverick. Steven.
Not a pity vote. I genuinely like MI2 more than Top Gun.
That's
Maverick.
baffling. to me.
Oh yeah,
That's
is,
fucking what?
Yeah, you're kind of alone on that one on the planet.
Maverick.
You'll be on your own island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Richie says Maverick. JPO.
JPO. Yeah.
It's the right sequel, Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which sequel is
Alright.
better? Easily Maverick.
Interview with the Vampire and Legend.
Mm.
All right. Vampire fantasy stuff. I'll go Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, I'll also go Interview with the Vampire. Steven.
Interview with the Vampire.
Richie.
An Interview with the Vampire.
Yep. JPO.
Is it the vampire?
It's the Mandela
Yeah.
effect, but as of right now, it's Interview with the Vampire.
Okay, it's the
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So I know what you guys think.
Yeah.
I would have been money
Mandela,
for years.
Yeah.
I swear. But yes, regardless, the vampire.
That's one of those Berenstein Bears things. You
One
know?
100% would have put money on
Yeah.
a vampire. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because it's Berenstain Bears, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Malcolm.
Yeah, and I will say I had a close look at the post. I think the post for this actually has Vampire Chronicles underneath it anyway.
I know that's another thing. I don't know when that started, but it
Well,
had to
I
be
mean,
recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I think it always had it there. I think everyone just assumed it was a subtitle. But I think they because I think this is part of a series of books. I think they're hoping this would garner
Oh,
like
be a
a
franchise.
franchise. So I think, and I
Well,
think that's
it's got the TV show right now, so that might end up being a thing for a
yeah.
while.
But yeah, I'm gonna go for Interview with the Vampire anyway.
All right, cool.
It's like the TV show Sex and the City. It's not in the city. It's and the city. That's a Mandela
Should
effect.
be in. Yeah. that makes
Yeah,
more sense.
yeah, it should be, but it's not.
Oh, sex, and then also the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And then also, yeah.
But you're having sex in the city. But anyways.
But
Yeah,
it's
right.
about the city and sex, not combined.
Yeah, right.
All right. So the winners of this will make the poll. So we'll see who's got more movies in the poll after this round, Hanks or Cruise. So start out with Jordan, Elvis, or Collateral.
Just because we're talking Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks, I just think the better performance goes to Collateral. I know we're not doing performances per se, but that's just how I'm like being nitpicky about what I want to pick. 'Cause I like them both, so I'll go Collateral. Steven?
Collateral.
Yeah.
Collateral.
Richie.
Collateral.
Okay.
JPO.
Collateral.
Malcolm.
I mean, this is an interesting matchup on its own because it's both Hanks and Cruise
Yeah.
doing a weird villain turn.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
But yeah, as much as I do like Elvis, I've got to go Collateral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also go Collateral. So Collateral's first one in the poll. So Cruise got one. Got The Terminal and MI3. Steven.
You had a great run, Terminal, but I got to go with MI3.
All right.
Yeah.
Richie.
MI3.
Yep. JPO.
Yeah, Terminal had a great run. And let's keep it going, Terminal.
We'll see. Malcolm.
Yeah, The Terminal.
I'll defend The
Austin.
Terminal, but MI3 for me.
I won't defend the Terminal against most of these, so MI3.
Yeah. All right. MI3. Okay. So Cruise with two for two so far. We'll see what happens. He's gonna get 3 for 3 because we've got Cruise versus Cruise. So
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut and Minority Report. Richie.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
JPO.
Minority Report.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, I think I'll go Eyes Wide Shut. So, Steven.
Well, I'm going to go with Minority Report, but at least it's being beaten by something that's still
A
great.
good movie. Yeah, a good movie. Yeah. Yeah. Now that's about the furthest Minority Report's made it, Steven. So not too bad. Maybe next time we'll get into the Elite Eight for something. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, right.
There you go. All right. We got Ghost Protocol and Saving Private Ryan. JPO.
Oh boy. Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Ghost Protocol.
Austin?
Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol. Steven.
We need to get a Hanks movie in here finally, and besides, Saving Private Ryan is genuinely the better movie.
All right. Richie.
Yeah.
I'm going to Ghost Protocol.
Rich.
Oh man.
Okay,
Sweet
that's an
Cruise
upset.
on the left side. Yeah. Oof. All right. So Hank's striking out on the left side of the bracket, and Cruz taking the whole thing. Like he takes the box office. So there
I
we
don't
go.
think it's.
Yeah.
I don't think Hanks is much.
You
worse
are
than
out of
the.
Wow. All right. Let's see if Hanks can
Why
make a
not?
comeback here. We'll see. He's got a chance. We'll see.
Maybe.
Save Mr. Banks and Edge it tomorrow. Malcolm.
Yeah, as much as I like Edson, I'm actually going to slightly edge towards Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
Saving Mr.
Austin.
Banks. Saving Mr. Banks. Saving Mr. Banks. Jordan.
I think Jordan's.
Yeah, my like internet's doing a weird thing. Like I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there, and it's like wigging out on me. But no idea.
Maybe try turning your
Banks
background
if you
off.
can hear me.
Maybe turn that background off for the last.
I could.
portion? I don't know.
Yeah, but
vote for
I
this
said
one?
to Mr. Banks if you heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard it.
I didn't.
Okay. Steven.
I'll go with Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll give it 1 second, and if it freezes again, I'll turn it off.
Edge of
Richie.
tomorrow. Edge tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
JPO.
JPO.
Edge of Tomorrow.
All right, a tie. Oh, to me. Oh man.
Mm.
All right, damn, because I love Edge of Tomorrow too. Save Mr. Banks. Let's get Hanks in
Ooh.
there. All right. Toy Story 3 and Fallout. Ooh, another tough one. Jeez, stuck in my knees here.
Jeez.
All right, these guys got great movies. All right. Oh god, I gotta go first. Oh shit. Damn. Fallout.
Hey, the tiebreaker and go first. Yeah. I'll go Toy Story 3. Steven?
Fallout.
Yeah. Richie?
Toy Story 3.
Yep. JPO?
Toy Story 3.
Yep. And Malcolm?
Fallout.
Oof, another tie. Jordan.
Toy Story 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get one Toy Story in there.
Okay. All right. Going down to Catch Me If You Can and Captain Phillips. Hanks is Hanks, so Hanks will definitely get in on this one. All right. Jordan.
Sorry, where we're at. I was trying to turn off my background for a second.
Hanks, Catch Me If You Can and Captain Phillips.
I'll go Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. Steven.
Yeah, I guess Catch Me If You Can. It's close though.
Catch him if you can.
Catch Me If You Can. JPO.
Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. Malcolm.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, I'll make it a clean sweep. Let's go. All right. So,
Yeah.
hey, Hanks is making a comeback here. All right. For the poll wise, it's almost there. We'll see what happens. You got Maverick and Interview with the Vampire. So Cruz is going to take this one regardless.
Yeah.
Steven.
I'll go with Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maverick.
Richie. Okay. JPO?
I'm gonna go Maverick.
Yeah. Malcolm?
Stevens didn't sound enthusiastic about taking Top Gun Maverick, but I am Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I'll take Maverick.
Austin.
Yeah, Maverick.
I will also go with Maverick.
All right. So we got our lead 8. It is 5 Cruzes to 3 Hanks. So Cruz has the edge right now, but Tom Hanks has got some good stuff here. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but Cruz has the edge at the moment. All right. So first one to get to the final 4 will be MI3 and Collateral. Richie.
Shit. Collateral.
Okay.
JPO.
I gotta go. What are we doing?
Collateral.
MI3 and Collateral. Yeah.
It's MI3?
Yeah.
Collateral then.
Yeah. Malcolm.
MI3.
Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the super underrated MI3.
I think I'll go Collateral. Steven.
MI3.
Okay, and it's a tie
Ooh.
to Steven. Another tie. I've
Gee.
been through a lot of ties tonight. Yeah.
I'm going with my boy JJ, so MI3.
All right,
Yeah.
MI3, kind of the little movie that could in this tournament. So, all right, Eyes Wide Shut and Ghost Protocol. JPO.
Ghost Protocol.
Okay.
Yep. Malcolm.
Let's get a Mission Impossible matchup. Ghost Protocol.
Yep. Austin.
Eyes Wide Shut.
I think I gotta go Ghost Protocol. Steven.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Richie.
Ghost Protocol.
All right. We'll have a Mission Impossible face-off in the next round.
Yeah.
Okay, on the other side, we got Toy Story 3 and Saving Mr. Banks. Hanks matchup. Malcolm.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Okay.
Austin.
Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I got to go Toy Story 3. Steven.
Yeah, Toy Story 3.
Toy Story.
Richie.
Toy Story
Yeah.
3.
GPO.
Toy Story 3.
Okay, Toy Story.
Toy Story 3.
Okay, Catch Me If You Can, and missed, fell back. Maverick and Catch Me If You Can. Me. Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to go Catch Me If You Can, but man, it is razor thin. But I'll go Catch Me If You Can. Steven.
I'm going with Catch Me If You Can, and if it wins, I'm going to think it's hilarious since one side is clearly belongs to Cruise and the other side clearly to Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Catch Me If You Can.
Richie. Yeah.
Okay. JPO.
GPO.
I will also go Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
Yep.
Malcolm.
And Malcolm.
Topic Mavericks won a tournament, so Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens here.
haven't caught it yet.
MI3 and Ghost Protocol on that side.
There we go.
Jordan.
Oh, this is easily Ghost Protocol. Steven?
So Ghost Protocol has the better set pieces, but I think Mission Impossible 3 has the better story and better villain. So MI3.
Richie?
I'm also going to go MI3.
Ooh. GPO?
No, I gotta go. Was like Ghost Protocol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
Okay.
Yep. Malcolm?
Ghost Protocol.
And Austin?
We'll keep championing the underdog, MI3. Why not? And
Ooh,
send it to Richie for a tiebreaker.
MI3.
Oh wow.
Man,
Okay,
MI3 for the best Mission Impossible movie? Come on. Maybe Steven likes that, but that's it.
The underdog. It's the underdog. I like that movie a lot. I defend it every chance I get. So, Steven, you're up for Toy Story 3 and Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Okay.
Richie?
Toy Story 3.
GPO?
Catch Me If You Can.
Malcolm?
I think Toy Story 3's won a tournament. I'm going to go Catch Me If You Can.
Austin?
Toy Story 3.
I would also go Toy Story 3.
We have another tie.
A lot of ties.
JPO.
Ooh, Catch Me If You Can.
Ooh.
Oh man, you just made it tough.
Two underdog movies from each of these guys. So
Yeah.
And the Hanks and Cruise is pretty dope.
Two kind of dark horses here. Yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
It's gonna be tough, but now it is tough.
This is tough for me too because not only Tom Hanks versus Cruise, but also two directors I like, JJ versus Spielberg.
Yeah.
All right. Final round. And we have a true Hanks versus Cruise. So one of them's gonna win. Richie, you're up first.
MI3.
Okay.
Yep. JPO.
Now Catch Me If You Can, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Malcolm.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yep. Austin.
MI3.
Let's go. Catch Me If You Can. Come on. Steven.
Of course, we're going to end up having a tie for the last one.
Oh, wow. Okay. And it comes down to Malcolm.
Catch Me If You Can.
Oh,
yeah. Let's go.
All right.
I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about
great.
it. It's a good movie.
I'm glad MI3 made it that far, but I didn't necessarily want it to win.
And with that, it was perfect timing because I got to go. But so can I do some quickly with my plugs?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Catch Me, Lonely Marks, blah, blah, blah. Lonely Marks, I think we're doing best of the year so far. I don't know. And then tournament fights, tier ranker. There you go. And yeah, good to be here. Sorry, had to rush.
Yeah, sounds good, man. We'll see you. Thanks, Richie.
See ya.
All right.
All right, but
There we
Yeah,
go.
that
Catch
was
It If You Can. Yeah, it takes it two underdog movies. Take it. We almost had, I will say this, a former tournament winner finals. We almost had multi-time winners because had it been Ghost Protocol, Toy Story 3, that would have been a battle of the former winners. So,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. So
it's kind of what I was
actually
hoping for, but it's
very, very close.
Mhm.
So yeah, we would have had a multi-time winner there, but
Yeah, I figured that's why Austin eventually written with Mission Impossible 3 when it got that point. Was like, yeah, I'm actually pretty sure Ghost Protocol's one of tournaments. I think it won one of our latter series. I think.
and Catch It If You Can has made it to the final four, the finals a couple of times, just never made the finish line, but till now. But yeah, very close. Huh? So there you go.
Yeah, I'll just say if anyone has any honorable mentions that didn't make it here, because I would have shouted out for sure. What I haven't seen A Man Called Otto, but I know that's like very highly rated though, and the people really like that movie, so I would have liked it more of an excuse to watch it. And then also I would have shouted out The Money Pit. I actually like that movie from Tom
Money Pit's good.
Hanks. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, not that I've had any thought that Austin was going to propose it for the list. I quite like Tom Cruise and Rock of Ages. I'm probably the only one that did.
oh
but,
yeah. Yeah.
Also, I am surprised wasn't there. I've surprised Valkyrie wasn't there for Cruise.
Yeah, it's just there were so many. I had to make some cuts, so it just kind of is what it is. But yeah,
Wait, did you say what movie did you say, Malcolm?
Valkyrie.
Oh yeah, Valkyrie, and then also like The Outsiders would have been cool, but he only has a really small role in The Outsiders. So
yeah.
Not a big role. So, but thanks, guys.
Tom
That was
Cruise.
Yeah.
I know I'm the only
Yeah,
one that loves the movie that this much, but I'm a huge fan of Night and Day.
Brian the
Oh, yeah.
Burbs was in the bracket.
yeah, the bird.
There was another Tom Hanks movie that I was surprised. Oh yeah, not that I was surprised because I don't think it would have had a chance of winning anyways. But I do love Larry Crown.
Larry Crown's a
yeah.
dopey movie. That's a stupid
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
he's learning
it's
how to
look
use
dopey.
computers and like telling people what to do when he gets to it's a dopey movie. I don't like
yeah.
that movie at all.
I mean,
Ugh.
but it's one of those things
No lady killers though.
Extremely
Oh, yeah.
loud and incredibly close. Even though his role, he's only a supporting character because his character is dead when the movie starts because he died in 9/11.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I we couldn't have everything. Hanks almost had enough to have his own tournament. He was very close. It's like in the 50s. So it's very close. But we can't wait another 10 years for him to have 10 more movies.
Yeah.
Or we can do a Hanks tournament. But yeah, kind of
if you didn't put Dead Reckoning on, what would have been in that place for Cruise?
For Cruise,
That's a good question.
Maybe Valkyrie. Maybe
Valkyrie, probably. Yeah.
would have been the next one on the list.
Vanilla Sky is another movie that's wasn't on here that I love.
Yeah, maybe.
There's not a big Cameron Crowe fan.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones like, and going through both sides filmography, like I'm surprised they have never got Tom Cruise to do an animated movie yet. So.
Yeah, never has. But Tom Hanks.
I went with the ones I thought would have a decent chance for the most part against other movies.
Oh yeah.
So like it's like Vanilla Sky. Would people vote for it? Maybe. Larry Crown. Like who's stuff like Lions for Lambs. Like who cares? Like
Lions for Lambs is one of my least favorite movies of his.
That's what I mean. Like Rock of Ages. Malcolm might have voted for it. Probably nobody else. Like it's. I don't know. Yeah, I tried to I tried to be as fair as I could, to each guy, and I tried to at least get their big movies on there, the big hits. And yeah.
Also, Brian, I don't think Austin would have put cameos in here. So
hey, if we were going with cameos, then you got to put Tom Cruise's cameo in Austin Powers.
And Austin Powers is amazing, but it's just a cameo. Yeah. But no, it's a great opening. I love the reveal of him and that. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, no, I didn't really include like cameos. It's like it's the same reason I didn't put The Outsiders because Cruise is barely in it. Early stuff like Taps or something. He's barely in it. Man with the Red Shoes, very early Hanks. Things like that. It's like like I had to make some decisions. So it just kind of is what it is.
Well, did anyone actually like Asteroid City? I'm not the Wes Anderson guy, but did anyone like that movie?
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
It hasn't
That
come
could
out
have
in
been.
New Zealand yet.
Oh, okay, not even out yet.
Yeah. So I mean, each guy had about 10 or 12 that it's like kind of on the chopping block and just kind of is what it is. I went with the stuff I thought had the best chance of moving on. So for each guy, essentially, that's what I tried to do.
There's some movies that ended up being bad that like had so much potential, like for Tom Hanks' The Circle or like Finch or something. Bad movies, but if done right, they could have been great. They just weren't done right. So
yeah,
but
I knew nobody would vote for
but
the
yeah.
Circle. So it's like, that would have been a
Oh,
slam.
yeah, right.
I mean, depending on what it was up against, I might have.
Really? Yeah.
Like if it was Circle up against, say,
Hanks has a lot of like little ones that I don't know if people have seen or if they care that much about. Like he said, stuff like News of the World or Greyhound. It's like,
Oh yeah, I would have voted for News of the World. I actually like that movie.
So I mean, it's some of those things are on the chopping block, but it kind of is what it is. So
definitely over the Da Vinci Code for sure.
But I had to have at least a Da Vinci Code to represent that franchise because it is a trilogy. So I at least had to have the one to represent all of them.
I mean,
I would go with Inferno. I kind of like Inferno.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think out of the ones you put, I think you put the right ones on there. Like Da Vinci Code, I think is the one to go for that trilogy. Like,
JPO as a stand-up comic, are you a big fan of Punchline?
I started it and never finished it. I also never heard great things.
With the locker rooms for the comedians, with lockers and.
I heard you say that too. Maybe that's another reason why I've never gotten back.
Oh my gosh, it's so misrepresentative, and they're just. Him and Sally Field are just so miscast. They're not stand-up comics, like at all. They're very bad. It's just not. You should watch it at least as a goof at some point as a stand-up.
Yeah, I've been interested. It's kind of like Damon Wayans in it. Yeah, I've thought about it.
You should just as a stand-up be like everything wrong with how they represent stand-up clubs and stand-up comedy in that movie because a lot of people goof on it. A lot of comedians will goof on it.
But a bit slightly off topic. If you haven't done one for either of these actors, but Colin Firth versus Hugh Grant might be an interesting pairing.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
The battle of the Brits.
Yeah.
The battle of people that love Bridget Jones.
Yeah.
Well, ironically, that was what I was going to go with. Like, battle of Bridget Jones' love interests.
Yeah.
Although in saying that, if you phrase it like that, you might have to throw Patrick Dempsey.
I want to pair up Colin Farrell with somebody because I think he's got a hell of a filmography. I think like Colin Farrell and like Russell Crowe maybe might be a good one.
Colin Farrell and Danny DeVito, Battle of the Penguins.
Well, Colin Farrell and Russell Crowe, aren't they both New Zealand, Australia, like kind of with that? So right?
Colin Farrell's Irish.
Irish?
Yeah, he's Irish.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But,
tomato.
But if you want to do something like Battle of New Zealand-born actors,
Colin Farrell versus
know,
Liam Neeson because they're both Irish. Yeah.
So I think they've both at least got 32 movies.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Wait, what was
Colin Farrell versus
Malcolm?
Will
Sorry, I kind of talked over you. Would you say Malcolm?
Sam Neill versus Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah, the battle of the New Zealand, the Kiwis, the Kiwi battle. Because didn't they come down to them in our New Zealand actor thing? So right, wasn't it Russell Crowe and Sam Neill? Yeah, we should do it that because they both have great movies in their filmography. So I mean, I think that would be actually pretty good. So if they got enough,
we had enough. Well, I really like to see. Oh yeah, one Austin left.
That epic. Yeah, epic 2 hours and 45 minutes.
But like I've always wanted to do something with Sam Rockwell, and I thought maybe Sam Rockwell versus Ben Foster could be something. I don't know. That's an idea.
Yeah.
But
it had to be like another guy who plays a bunch of really interesting supporting characters.
Like Ben Foster. Yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah, maybe. You could almost make an argument for Colin Farrell and Sam Rockwell. I think
yeah.
Have you used Will Smith or Chris Rock in a versus battle?
Chris Rock doesn't have enough to go up against Chris Rock. That's a completely lopsided match.
Yeah.
What does Chris Rock have film wise?
Nurse Betty. I love that movie.
Spiral, Nurse, like the head of state. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? Like, it would be completely.
What's the one where he like plays a dead guy?
I agree with you. I just
brought
brought it up because Brian brought it
That
up.
one.
No, I understand, but it's like that'd be a novelty thing because you slept Chris Rock. Yeah, but like we need it. Will Smith would have to go up against somebody that legitimately has a strong filmography. Like we try to go balance out. Both guys have great filmographies that would balance well. Like they both have great performance movies, great like big blockbuster movies, like whatever. Like it'd have to be something like that.
Yeah,
Will Smith you could put up against somebody for sure. Like Will Smith could battle somebody because he's got enough of a strong filmography, but it'd have to be somebody else besides Chris Rock.
Yeah, I mean,
we had an idea for it. What was it? Oh, Will Smith versus Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy and Will Smith. There you go. See, that's a more balanced, like of the two, where they each have stuff, like good stuff. So, and a mix of drama, comedy, a little bit of action for both of them here and there. So, like, it's a good balance. We'll do that eventually.
You want to know it's another good balance? Rob Schneider versus Kevin James.
I mean, they both have quite a few movies, but
I would be both balanced with the quality of movies too.
Durba.
I mean, Kevin. I mean, he does have Hitch and
like Becky. He has that movie.
Yeah.
But we do have on the schedule best movies starring stand-up comedians, so that'll be a thing coming up in a few months. So yeah, but
you'd have to exclude the big movie stars like Eddie Murphy and Adam Sandler or whatever. Like go with strictly like mostly stand-up comedians who do movies occasionally. Like people who used to be stand-ups out of there.
Yeah, we have to think about it. If it's just one that's just going to wipe the floor with everuden then we'll kind of like save them for their own.
We can't put Jim Carrey in there. He could have his own. He already has his own episode. Adam Sandler his own episode. Eddie Murphy's gonna have his own episode. Like those ones that broke through and really became like movie stars.
Yeah, I was
ones. Yeah.
So I was about to say you already used Jim Carrey and the thing didn't.
That's what I mean. It would have to be stuff like ones that act here and there, like Bill Burr, or Gaffigan does movies. Or Bo Burnham did that movie, or like stuff like that, just kind of mixed in.
Yeah, just like those
like that,
those kind of guys. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was fun. So we'll just do some plugs real quick, and that'll do it for us tonight. So we'll start with Steven. Where can we find you?
You can find me all through social media. Just my name, not Jim Anderson, but Steven. I don't really have anything to plug right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. No worries. We'll eventually have you back for some episodes on the channel. So yeah. But JPO, where can we find you?
Yes, when I'm not popping up on here from time to time, you can find me over at the Peersco, the channel I help run. We do trivia, we do some countdowns. Dropping, I believe, tonight or tomorrow. Me and Malcolm talk the top 10 WWE Studios films. That was a fun discussion where Malcolm broke my heart more than once with this. But that was a lot of fun. We also just determined, Pez and Jordan, your opponents for your next match. So we'll get to you guys in a couple days because I got to film one more quarterfinal. Then we'll start the semifinals of the tag team tournament. And then over at the Pierce Wrestling channel tomorrow night, we got a title match. Chris Cass, who's like our Roman Reigns, because he's been like a champion for like 2 years or some crazy shit. He's defending tomorrow. Dude can't be beat, but you never know. Maybe tomorrow's the night it ends. We'll find out tomorrow, as well as some exclusive matches and stuff like that. Real Pro Wrestling in Fort Myers tonight celebrated their 8-year anniversary. Shout out to them. Once I get that footage, I'll be uploading that over at the Real Pro Wrestling channel. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. Malcolm, what do you have going on?
You can find me over on Tape for Productions, where I host Rankum every Sunday night. This week we're doing top 12 haunted house movies. Austin will be there.
Nice.
And you can also find me over on Full Metal. I host trivia over there. Dropping this week is going to be Ryan Payne versus Jeremy Potters.
Ooh, nice. Sounds good. Yeah. Well, Anyway, I had something I was gonna relate to that, but I'll wait till my turn. Austin, where can we find you?
So yeah, mostly here, obviously, co-hosting all the time. I'll be hosting tournament fights on Friday night. We'll be doing the animated tournament. Jacob Barber will be my co-host for that one, and then
I'll be out of town. So
yeah, well, I'll be running the show, but we'll have a good tournament. We'll have a good time. Jordan and I kind of talked about this maybe, but our next Wheel of Movies episode, we forgot to mention. Rest in peace, Paul Rubens, man, dude.
Oh yeah.
So
rest in peace, Paul Rubens.
we talked about maybe just by default, just we sometimes stray from the wheel every now and then. Wheel of Movies next week, we might just do Pee Wee's Big Adventure, just in honor of Paul.
Yeah,
Rubens.
just to kind of
just to talk about Paul Rubens movies, to tribute. Sometime we can pivot, and I don't know if it's on anybody's list officially. Might be, can't remember. Could be, but we might just do it anyways. Just do a 1 hour thing and in honor of Paul Rubens next week. So talk a little, and we can talk about some of his other roles. So Brian in the comment said it's in his 128. So technically, it would have been on the wheel, Jordan. So we would have started eventually. So
yeah, right.
So there we go.
Yeah,
We'll jump right to it, and we'll probably do that on Wheel of Movies. Most likely, we haven't made it official, but probably, and we could talk about some of his other stuff. Mystery Men or Matilda Dust Chick.
Yeah,
we can talk about those too. And
or I could just sit there and record myself spinning the wheel like about 1,000 times.
Until
and then
we
when it
get
finally
to-
lands on Pee Wee's Big Adventure, I'll just edit it just to that little spot and be like, hey, it just happened to land on Pee Wee's Big Adventure. What a coincidence.
But yeah, speaking of the wheel, we'll be spinning that wheel tomorrow, right, Jordan? Probably tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, because this upcoming Tuesday we're doing another Movie Hero monthly mystery tournament, so we'll be spinning it tomorrow afternoon. So if you want to see the pre-selection show, tune in tomorrow. Just stay tuned to the channel. Hit the little bell notification. We're gonna shoot to do it probably roughly about 3 p.m. Eastern, give or
3
take
or 4 Eastern time. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, whenever kind of Jordan's
It's
available.
not set in stone, but hit the
bell. But hey,
it is happening.
If it's on there with it, it could come up naturally in the tournament tomorrow. You never know. It could get selected. We'll see. It could come or some other Paul Rubens movie. You never know. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll do another mystery tournament. So there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds good. And also, I just wanted to shout out. So JB3 did a big MCU Royal Rumble that me and JPO were both there. And spoiler alert, we each lasted one round because there were some banger of competitors there that were just dominating.
Once I got TV, I knew I was screwed. I haven't seen half those TV shows.
Oh, God,
the TVs.
Oh, boy, have fun with that.
Yeah, I was obviously they said that. I was like, I've seen maybe a quarter. So,
but some very entertaining stuff.
If you got 4 hours, go watch it. It's 4 hours.
Yeah, it's 4 hours long because some final competitors went toe to toe at the end. So yeah,
no, good on them. Man. Now there's a couple people that really killed it.
Yeah. So and yeah, you can find us on all the socials at Movie Hero 2121 on X and Instagram. We got to say X now, I guess. So and you can find the poll with our Elite 8 coming up soon within in a day or two over on the Schmodown Friends and Family group, so you can vote for what you think of our Elite 8 over there and give your thoughts on it. And then also, if you have anything that you want to post, any projects you're working on, and if you have a YouTube channel, you can post your heart's content over there. Because what I want to do, because coming soon, I decided that I am eventually going to make within the next few weeks a Movie Hero Network Facebook group. We haven't ever had one specifically for us, so we'll still have this one on Friends and Family, and then it'll be the community page for everyone to just post to their heart's content anything that they want that from the community. But we'll post way more specific things in the Movie Hero Network group, and we'll have way more updates. I'm going to update it way more often. Maybe give you more previews and things that are coming up in the next week or two, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll have that coming. And then following this, the show, actually, I'm going to be doing some a live game stream on the channel of some Mario Kart 8 because they have the new DLC that dropped not too long ago. It's a do-over because I actually did one last night, and I had a little bit of a whoopsie. I was on there for about 2 hours, and I realized I didn't share my screen, so you can see me playing it, and you can't see the freaking game. So I feel kind of dumb about that. So it'll be a do-over. The last about 35 minutes, I finally realized it. So if you go watch the last 35 minutes, you can watch me play over there because I did eventually share the screen and like realize what I did. But yeah, so I wasn't gonna stream tonight, but I want to make it up to you guys. So it'll be about an hour or two long. So tune in for that after this. And then we won't have any trivia. This week it'll be a week from Sunday for Seen and Heard trivia. So I'll be reaching out to people to play. If you're interested in playing and you didn't play on the last episode, then hit me up and you can play and you can try to take down our new current champion, Austin Pez Howell. He
Took my
won
crown
out,
back, son. Where it rightfully belongs. That's right.
Yep.
I whooped
Actually,
everyone's ass in that tournament, boy. That last time, man, I whooped everybody on that episode. Jesus.
Well, our previous champion Ryan Permerson, he didn't really do so hot in that episode. So he took it pretty easily.
Twice I've beaten the movie geek Mark Edward Hoyk. Twice.
Yeah, right. Twice.
I'm the movie geek now.
Yeah, right.
Look at me.
I'm
the movie geek now.
That's right.
I'm the movie geek. Yeah, and then you can go to our Patreon for some exclusive podcast episodes. I can't remember, but like Richie had an idea for a podcast that he mentioned, but now I'm spacing it. But I'll talk to him.
It was like theater horror stories.
Oh yeah, like worst theater.
We can call it theater.
Actually,
I've seen podcasts about it. Call it theater horror stories because that's what.
Because I've definitely had some, so that'd be a fun a topic. So maybe
we don't have to do like a countdown or anything. Just have a round table and everybody just
let's have a little.
No, I want on that. Yeah, please.
Yeah, maybe. We might even have you and Richie. We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll get you both on.
Yeah, we'll just go around and around and everybody just share whatever. That's fine. Yeah, you can be on there.
Yeah.
We just said you
can
be on the show.
Yeah.
I just want to be on it.
He's crying that we just told him yes.
I've been pretty lucky. I can only think of a couple of times that I had a negative experience.
That's why I even joked about a countdown. I can name several, sadly.
Jot down your bullet points and bring it. Yeah, bring it.
Yeah.
I can tell you horror stories from actually working at a theater too, so I could throw like a couple.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, I did the theater for a year too. I've got a few stories. Yeah,
or like things the crazy things we've caught people doing in theaters, like that kind of stuff. But,
I'll say this: it's not one story. Not involving other people, but when I went to go see the Point Break remake, it was like in 3D, but it was a 2D screen. There was no glasses, and it looked like like you were watching a 3D movie without the glasses.
Oh, weird. Yeah, hopefully someone cued the like employees about that so they could fix it. But yeah, and then our Patreon, it's patreon.com/moviehero. Just if you go over there and you want to subscribe, then you'll have way more chances of being on episodes because I always get promoted to my Patreon. So we're giving away movie posters over there. We're doing a lot of fun things over there. So go check that out. And then what we have coming up for tournament fights and tier ranker, just a little preview. So we already mentioned that this Friday, Austin and Jacob Barber will be hosting our best animated movies tournament of all time. It's going to be all of our top 10 movies from our tier ranker decade series, plus all the honorable mentions. So it's going to be a tough one. And then we have our mystery tournament we also mentioned coming up Tuesday. Then we're going to get back into some movies with one-word titles. It's going to be movies with one-word titles from 2010 to 2015. So we had to split that decade in half because there's a lot of them from the 2010s. Then we're getting back into some geography with movies with a country in the title. We already did states and cities, so we're going to be doing
America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, there'll be a lot of America themed ones, but a few other ones. Australia, that'll be there. There'll be a few of those. And then we'll be doing our friend of the show, Matt Majot, will be doing his top 64. So that's one that's coming up. We'll be doing our best of 2009 ladder series. That'll be 3 days out of a week, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's coming up soon. And then to continue our best geek character series, we're doing best fantasy /adventure /sci-fi characters that have not appeared or will not appear in any of the Geek Series brackets. So no Star Wars, no Star Trek, no Marvel and DC, but like almost everything else goes. So as long as it's fantasy, adventure, sci-fi. So, and then we'll be doing. We got best post-apocalyptic movies that's coming up, and also one other friend of the show, Dan Skip Allen, will be doing his top 64. So. And that'll be a lot of like A24 and like that style of stuff I imagine from him. But
he will have a lot of old movies on his list.
Yeah, a lot of older ones too. Yeah. So like it'll be an interesting perspective. And then we'll be doing a battle of the Batman. So it'll be we decided Keaton versus Bale versus Kilmer versus Pattinson because we've already done some like Ben Affleck ones and we've covered a couple of, and then George Clooney we're eventually going to do an entire episode for him, so we didn't include him in there. But yeah, so we got that, and then I'll just throw you just a couple quick ones for best Geek Series. Best Marvel characters is coming up soon. We got best Westerns, and then yeah, that'll pretty much do it for now. So yeah, but thanks guys for being on the episode. That was a fun time. We'll have more of these versus ones coming up for sure. We have all kinds of ideas, so I'm plugging things in all the time. So, and if you have any ideas for episodes, you can DM me on Facebook, or we have an email. If you have a bigger list, go to moviehero2121@gmail.com. So
yeah, no shortage of tournament ideas. Jordan has like a year's worth of shit on his thing.
Oh yeah, like I've already got like a year's worth of like a rough draft schedule already kind of like tentatively set out, and then also like about another year's worth of just ideas down. So that we got ideas for days. So yeah, but yeah, that'll do it for tonight. So for Steven, for JPO, for Malcolm, for Richie, for Austin, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson. We will see you next time.